Yo, what's up, everybody?
Yo.
All you early birds hassling us, welcome to the pre-show. The Great Okie Show, the Double O Danny, ATP Dave, ask him about his nicknames on the sidebar. Hey, what's up, Pratt? C, Trash, Pete, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Thunderdome. And where's my cigar? You know, the worst thing is losing your lighter as you go live, right?
Yeah.
How you gents doing tonight? What's going on, fellas?
Doing good.
Y'all done got shy on me. We went live, and now everybody's quiet. Dave has performance anxiety, guys.
I do.
Bear with him.
Shrinkage.
It's that time of the year. It's something us fellas deal with. Winter shrinkage.
Now, hang on. Now, can I see the comments on full screen, or do I have to go down or make my screen go smaller?
That I don't know. All mine's on the right, and everything. I've maximized my screen as big as it can get. I got you four in the middle, Chad on the right. So maybe if you maximize screen.
Oh, there we go. I can see it now.
Pratsy, you get full soup with that.
Pratsy, you know, every year, man, every year I wear this hat. You think I'm worried about what you say? I come in here waiting. I know you're going to say shit. Plus, it's the one time of the year my wife don't give me hell to wear this hat.
You don't have that issue with shrinkage? Oh, man.
Well, when you don't have
it would break during the winter.
Just, yep. I stopped myself.
Yeah. Those aren't pillows.
Angina.
Yeah, guys. Welcome, early birds. In 15 minutes, we'll actually go live, and we'll start this, and we'll do a recap of the previous year's top 5 cigars. This year, oh shit! I'm sorry, chat. I see penis in the chat, and it kind of like, whoa, what's up here? Yeah, so that's what's going on. We're gonna go over, do this, see what special guests we got in the chat room this evening. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, I guess since we're on the pre-show, this would be a good time to say what we're smoking and what we're going to be drinking. So I guess we'll start with you, Okie. What you got lit up?
So this is 9th out of the 10 out of the top 10 that the burners decided that were our top 10 for the year. This is the New World from AJ. This is the Dorado. Smoking it, I believe this is the Toro sized.
Very nice.
And tonight we decided to uncork probably one of my favorites from this year, the Wild Turkey 101.
Wild Turkey. What's up, Donovan? What's up, man? All right, Danny, on to you, brother. What's your matchup for round number 1?
Round number 1, I got the Sancho Panza going right now. There's the label.
Okay.
Nice.
And I got the old Forester 1920.
Got you. All right, Sad Dave. What's up, brother? What you got?
I got the Sakakon.
Okay, that made our top 10 list.
And then I've got this fabulous Elijah Craig barrel pick that Mr. Okie did acquire for me, so it's quite tasty.
So the Sakakon you're smoking, is that the first one you've had, or have you had multiple?
This is the first one I've smoked of this, yes.
Initial thoughts, you're almost a quarter way through. What are you thinking? Is it typical Saka fashion, or is it?
Oh, shit, no, he ain't a quarter of the way through with it.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Are you kidding?
I'm not used to him having one so big, okay?
I haven't even ashed it yet. Come on. No, it's a good cigar. I'm hoping for a little more as we get through it.
Well, we got Bob here smoking the New World Dorado with a Coke Zero. That'll get the job done.
Yep.
Pete Hines is a 12th anniversary in the Yellowstone, and I guess I'll show mine now. I'm doing the El Pupo pre-release and some Widow Jane 10-year.
Nice.
And we will start to show off in burners fashion, as always. We will take a shot for our fallen brothers, as always, because they're always with us. And in the short 4 years, we've had several losses close to us, so that always hits home, and they will never be forgotten as long as there's a barrel burners and we're breathing. So it's part of it.
No.
Yes, sir.
Luckily, we haven't lost any this year. So
Knock on wood. We got a couple
Yeah.
days left this year.
true.
Mhm.
Brandon Marsh is with us right now on the tarmac in Hot Atlanta.
Ah,
Well, I'm glad you got to jump in, Brandon. Appreciate it, brother. Good seeing you.
Yes,
I
sir.
enjoyed your mud riding videos earlier. And that's not slang for any kind of weird sex for you guys.
It's code.
Brandon Marshall, you're actually going to be my second smoke of the night. We're doing the cryptic, so I am supporting tonight.
cool.
I said, the hell with y'all. I don't like you anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I may be the only one that gets the actual comment section. I'm not sure.
Yep.
I know I highlight them and you guys see them, so I'm not sure.
Yep. Hey,
I
I'm
don't
just
know. I have to sidebar it and actually.
Yeah, I have to keep it
YouTube.
small. So that's cool.
We had to I had to minimize my screen, but
I know what all
Jason,
you
your face
bastards
is still
look like.
pretty big
It's all
on
good.
there.
Oh, so y'all had comments when you minimize?
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are there for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Donovan, the Widow Jane is a great 10-year, which mine's 12-year now. I've had it 2 years, but I do enjoy
Don't
it. I think
count.
it was a $40 price point. But yeah, I do enjoy it.
In the bottle doesn't count.
Yep. Yep. Once it leaves the barrel, the clock stops.
It's still got a couple of years on it. It mellows out a little bit as it sits there.
And you got to open the bottle.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's the
yeah.
first thing I do is get the neck pour out of every bottle I have. So it's gone. I take that first shot, put it back, go about my business. Pratsy, quit flirting with the guest. All right. Sorry about that. I got people asking where the link is. I'm like, we're live on YouTube and Facebook. No link. We're good.
Live.
All right. So we got a good 6 minutes, guys. What's going on, fellas? Everybody told us what they're smoking and drinking. Anybody drunk yet in the chat? Where's the drunk people in the chat at?
Give Pete a few minutes.
It's taking them a long time to type. They're still working.
That's right.
His hands are froze. He's sitting out in his car across from the schoolyard.
Shit.
Man, I guess I could just, take my glasses off and not see a damn thing through the whole thing. That might make it interesting.
Brad's
There you go.
some mocha with some extra oka.
I triple dog dare you. George is here.
Someone doesn't know how to share a link. I didn't share a link, George. I said live YouTube and Facebook. But if you would look in the live channel, it's probably popped up by now, huh?
Damn, Jorge.
I guess not.
Feliz Navidad.
I tell you what, this is about to piss me off because, I listen to country music, and the 2 country music stations here play about 3 actual country music songs and then a Christmas song.
Okay.
And no, let's stop this right now. You can have the day before and then of Christmas Day, but
Here comes the snow.
Let her snow.
Actually, Dave, I think I can hear the precipitation starting to hit.
Yes, you can.
No, that's the sweat dripping off of Danny.
Yeah.
So if it gets too loud, I will mute. So yeah.
No, you're good.
Pete Hines is in the shed. It is confirmed. He's not at the school. He's in his shed with the heaters.
Good man.
Rich,
Yeah, he's not-
what's up, man? Rich is a professional golfer now that he retired, guys. I don't know if y'all
Oh,
know.
yeah.
He's almost got his tour card in hand.
Yep.
Excellent.
He is wearing out those clubs, and I'm jealous because I've only got to play 3 times this year.
Pratsy. That's great, man. That's good. Oh, shit.
Pratsy doing Pratsy things.
Yep.
Probably photoshopping already.
Oh, he will, so
Oh, yeah.
make sure you have blank stares. Don't make any funny faces. Don't get drunk. That picture will end up somewhere.
You know, I'm sorry. I didn't know, guys. I didn't know I was going to have to actually put a link to the YouTube when everybody knows it's on YouTube.
I've never had to do that before. You just go to YouTube and look at barrel burners, or go to the barrel burner
Well,
channel.
and most people follow.
I've never had to do that before.
Yeah, you know.
Huh.
There we go.
Oh, you mean we're supposed to follow this YouTube channel?
You know, and normally in a couple minutes it pops into live anyway. The live was scheduled to be 2 more minutes from now, so it should pop up in Discord, the notification we're live. Anyway, we went a little early, but everything syncs through. You still sync it? Well, that's golf, brother. I think it was a quote from the country singer Luke Combs this week. He says, "I love golf. I hate golf. I can't wait to play again." I mean, that's pretty much golf.
True.
Sure.
Pete said, "I've only been in barrel burners 3 years, so I had no idea there was a YouTube."
Oh, my goodness.
It's like the 5-year members that message me and say, "Hey, how do I get a Mafia patch?" Scape, what's up, brother? That's golf, man. You love it and you hate it. One good shot brings you back. You only need one good shot that match. That's it. Well, thank you guys for all joining us. It looks like we got 14 of you in here already. Let's see what the breakdown is. So 2 are on Facebook and 12 on YouTube. Always enjoy these dual streams. That gives everybody the option. Some people are, I hate YouTube, and some people are, I hate Facebook. So you give them the best of both worlds and let them pick.
There
Don't
you go.
cross the streams.
Skateboat dude wipes for the first time. Super excited. All right. I like that. All right, it is 7 o'clock, guys. So we will slow roll now that it's actually officially the stream. We got new people in here. We're going to go through one more time real quickly. We're smoking for the first round. I am doing a El Pupo pre-release. Oki, what you got, brother?
I have the AJ New World Dorado.
All right, Danny.
Very nice. And I'm finishing up a Sancho Panza.
I got the Saka Khan.
All right, so 2 of the 4 of us are smoking cigars from the top 10 list this year. What we're going to do, we're going to give y'all a quick breakdown of the previous years. Top 5s, and we'll start with the first year, 2000, because we didn't do a 2018 because the club would only been 2 months old at that time. So 2019 was the first one we had of this. And Oki, if you'll break down that top 5 list for me, brother, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Number 5 that year was the LFD Andalusian Bull. If I'm not mistaken, that's the same year that it did very, very well on the Cigar Aficionado list. I dare say I think it won it that year. But was definitely a very, very popular smoke, except nobody could get their damn hands on it. So those that had them, loved them, and it took about 2 years before any of the rest of us got a hold of them. So then probably, I think, my number 2 from that year, but it was a number 4 on the burners list, was the Caldwell Long Live the King Mad Mofo, that Corona.
Great.
Absolutely fantastic cigar. Go back and find that one. Number 3 was the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, the Sin Compromiso. Personally love that one in the Robusto, but I know a lot of people swear by that Torpedo in that one. Number 2 was the Espinosa Laranja Reserva. I actually pronounced it Portuguese this time instead of with Spanish. So Laranja. And that was the Orange Band. I know that lately they've been having some trouble finding the wrapper for that guy, but hopefully it's going to come back up in full force again here pretty quick. And then number 1, Artesano del Tabaco, the Viva la Vida. The first year that OG came out, I know the burners went absolutely apeshit for that one. We were finding it everywhere. That was probably the most smoked cigar in the group for a fact. And yeah, I mean, it was just a fantastic smoke. Love it. So, all right. And George says that the L'Orange Reserva is back. So I know it was out in very limited vitolas, and I didn't know if he was going to bring back a couple of those other ones. But
so, Oki, 2019, in your opinion, of those top 5, did we get number 1 right as a club? Would you have picked the Viva over those 4 others that year?
Because I had not had
Viva.
because I had not had the Andalusian Bull yet, I couldn't speak to that one. However, if I had to go back and re-rank it, I would put the Bull at the top. I just think it was probably the most complex cigar that was out there. The Viva would have been number 2, and there'd have been kind of a close battle with the Mad Mofo. Just because I love that Mad Mofo. I mean, it was just a fantastic cigar. So
yeah, I smoked a shit ton of those myself when they came out. All right, that was 2019 recap, guys. 2020, Dave, take it away, bro.
Well, number 5 was the Big Sky Bighorn, a fabulous cigar. Still
the
is.
OG.
The OG. That was great. And the new
Torpedo OG, the Torpedo.
That Torpedo. I still have 1 or 2 of those, thank God. Number 4 was the Viva La Vida Club 500. Good smoke. Followed by number 3, the HBC Hotcake. That was a good smoke, if anybody had that. I'm assuming somebody did because it's made number 3 on the list. Yep. Number 2, the Amendola Cannoli.
Oh,
yes.
Take my gun.
Tasty.
Cannoli.
And number 1 was the OG Death Bucket, Room 101.
Same question I have for Oki. Did we get it right that year, in your opinion, that top 5?
Out of those, yeah, I mean, I like that Death Bucket. That original Death Bucket is hard to beat. In my
so you're okay with that being 19 that year? I mean, number 1.
Yeah, I think so. Sure.
Yeah. That was a strong 5, and you see the theme. We normally have a good 3 to 4, or normally boutique smokes in the top 5. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was great. All right, Danny, 2021, last year, fresh on our minds.
All right, number 5, we had the Amendola Padrina.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very good smoke. I actually had it higher on my list personally. Espinosa Laranja Azuelo is the number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I had that one spot higher. Number 3 was the Viva Club 500. That was a good smoke, solid smoke there. Personally, that wasn't my top 3.
Right.
Number 2 and number
500 would have been your top 3, or
no, that wasn't
okay.
my top 3.
Okay.
Number 2, Tabernacle Goliath. I mean, that is a freaking phenomenal smoke. The only issue I would say I had with it was the Vitola. I wasn't crazy about that.
Yeah,
Vitola.
me either.
Yeah, the Vitola was no.
And number 1 was the Room 101 12.
And what do you think about the number 1 that year?
You know what? I like the Tabernacle a little bit better, except for the Vitola. So I still had it edging out the Room 101 personally.
Okay.
I like the complexity of the flavors, and it was just a solid killer smoke, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, for me on that one, it would have battled between that one and the Azulejo. I mean, that was such a good cigar from Espinosa.
That was
probably
great.
one of their. I thought it was one of their better releases that year.
Yeah, I had the Azulejo as number 3. I had the Viva 500 Club as number 5 on my list.
And don't forget to mention that Viva 500 is a box press, which it takes a hell of a box press to make Oki like it.
Yep.
Yeah, and that year, the year before that, they came out with a couple of vendor-specific ones. They came out with the Famous, and they came out with the Atlantic cigar.
The Atlantic.
And that Atlantic cigar was absolutely amazing. I just think it didn't get smoked enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't available more than one place. So I think that's why, probably that Club 500 was still on everybody's mind.
And I do prefer the Atlantic over the other one as well. But don't forget the Jester, too. The Jester was even hard to find. I enjoyed the Jester at that time frame, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there we go, guys. That is the recap of the last 3 years. Now, why is that, Mike? Why? Why can't there be a Big Sky in the top 5? Come on, Mike. Get back in these comments. Tell me why there can't be a a Big Sky? Do you not smoke Big Sky? Let's see what this follow up is before we get into the top 10 of this year.
Yep.
And actually, before we do the top 10, we're going to go ahead and do our toast to our fallen brothers in just a second. Jeff, good seeing you, brother. Appreciate you dropping in here, guys.
Yep. The old guy using Facebook.
Yes, sir. Technology, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, guys. I must have scared Mike away. So what we're going to do now, as always, we're going to send a shout out and a toast and a shot. Barrel burners up for our fallen brothers. We've lost, 3 in 4 years?
3.
Yep.
We've got Barry, Arangelo, and Shabby, Lone Star Shabby. So barrel burners up, brothers. You never forgotten. There you go. Good sticks by Rick. Yes, sir. That was some good. Actually, in my opinion, the last 3 years, we've had some damn good cigars in our top 5. But like I said, our club more or less revolves around the boutique world. And in my opinion, the people that are voting for these bigger names, they're I know me and Oki's talked about it, and he mentioned it earlier. A lot of people, they don't get out of their comfort zone. They're only smoking the big box steel. They're only smoking a few names they know. And I promise you guys, if you get out of that comfort zone like I did 4 years ago, leave some of those bigger names alone. I'm not saying forever. I'm saying just a couple months. Instead of putting that money in a bigger name, buy a boutique, buy some Espinosa, buy some Room 101, buy some Amendola, buy some of these companies. Try to grab a sampler pack, and it's going to change your world. I know a lot of people, they still don't do it, and you're truly missing out because it made cigars way more enjoyable for me. It started feeling like everything I smoked was the same. It just nothing was standing apart from the others. And boutique really, really has made it fun. It made the chase fun. It made the hunting for them fun because they're not readily available. Brandon, me too, brother. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about the boutique world we're in right now?
Well, I need to say that I actually Danny did too. I had one of the big box cigars as my number 1 this year, which if you can get it, do it. The Davidoff Royal Reserve.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Fabulous cigar.
Indeed.
I splurged on my birthday. It was a good cigar. Yeah, it's a big box, but damn.
That's what she said. Okay.
There you go.
But Steve, I mean, pretty much you're to the point
right. Yes.
in your smoking career that if I went to your house and looked in your humidor, you're probably majority boutiques in your humidor.
Oh, hands down. Absolutely.
Yeah, and me too.
Absolutely.
Probably.
I'm probably 90%, 10%. There's probably a few lingering big names left in my humidor, but it's all boutique.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well. As I mean, you know, lots and lots and lots of boutique stuff out there. I mean, you know, all of these names that kind of roll down through there, you know, Tatuaje Foundation, Big Sky, you know, La Galera, Black Label Trading, Crown Heads, Adventura. I mean, there's so many of these brands that are out there. And I think what's prohibitive to a lot of people is, you know, I mean, these big produced cigars are the ones that they get the best prices on because they're done in such bulk that, you know, the cost for production is easy. The cost of the shop is very affordable. So they're going to be the ones that they push the most, whether it be, you know, I'm going to say AJ, even though, you know, I think he's probably the best of the big names out there. But, you know, the Rockies, the Cohibas, the Montes, the Romeos, all of those cigars, you know, usually you can find those and they're damn cheap whenever you look next to it for a boutique cigar.
They got the shelf space, that's why.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know,
readily available.
Well, and the good thing about AJ right now, he has his hands in a few boutique cigars out there, correct?
A couple, 3.
Yeah.
Well, and that was the funny thing. Well, that was the funny thing about last year is I think there were only 2 on the top 10 list last year that were not either AJ Tobacco or done at one of his factories.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, just the volume that AJ is putting out, not just with his own stuff, but what that he's doing with everybody else is pretty astronomical. Aganorsa probably being the number 2 right behind that. You know, they might churn out their own stuff and, you know, they got about 10 sticks in their portfolio, but I mean, they're just churning out stuff with so many boutique brands or special limited releases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see, man. Good to see. You get a mixture of both worlds. You get the boutique mindset, but you get the big name blender that knows what he's been doing. It's putting quality sticks out for so many years.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like the best of both worlds in that aspect.
Absolutely.
Oh shit, Dirty Bird right there just created a YouTube account just to impress Okie.
Absolutely. I am so proud of you.
Yeah.
And next he's going to be on TikTok doing dances.
Man, I'm so shocked he went to YouTube and not Pornhub, though. He got it right the first time.
Shit.
Jeez, appreciate it. Well, like I said, I do this dual stream for you guys that may like one over the other or may have an account one of the other. So, I mean, you kind of hit both. We have a following on both platforms, so it's kind of the best thing. All right, so I guess we will get started with the slideshow, guys. Anybody want to say anything about? I mean, nobody knows the top 10, but you've seen the 10 cigars you were voting to vie for the top 10 spaces. I mean, do you think the top 10 was a damn good list, a good starting point, or was there something in the top 10 you were like, no fucking way? Okie, I know you're outspoken. Which was your no fucking way cigar that shouldn't have been on the top 10 list?
Okay, I'm gonna flame a big guy.
No way.
It's gonna start early. We did the shot. There's a little bit of liquid courage, even though I'm nowhere even close to buzzed yet. But I know why a lot of people smoke this cigar, and this particular brand just has never had anything that really fit my profile. There's a couple, three that I enjoy smoking, but it was the Drew Estate Liga 10th. I have been less than thrilled about the stuff that I have smoked from the Liga line, so I'm very, very hesitant to go and chase it. And that's kind of the gripe. And then Bob also said it as well. Is come on, guys, it's 2022. There were so many brand new cigars put out. You guys get off your damn Room 101 kick and go smoke some other shit.
See, but granted, if we did that, you know how many people haven't even got the new cigars for 2022 yet.
I know. And,
so you basically have to, we coined this as the top 10 we enjoy smoking the most right now this year.
That is.
It doesn't have to come out this year because, there's 2022 stuff I haven't even grabbed. I mean, there's just no way with a limited 300-400 people to get a good, accurate, especially when the first round of voting is right in and people are just saying what they love right now. I mean, that's
and that's it. But as far as everyday daily smokes, these guys hit a lot of this stuff on the head.
Yep.
Because there's most of this stuff that's on this list I have either bundles or boxes of.
Yeah.
Because I have gone out and purchased them in bulk. I find the sales. If I get coupons or whatever, then I'm definitely buying a lot of this stuff. So that was the only one on my list that, I was like, oh, okay. And that's the only one of the 10 that I haven't smoked.
So is it coupons or coupons?
It's a coupon.
Pecans.
He says coupon. Just go with it.
If you live in the South, right? I mean, we coupons down here. You coupons.
Well, it depends if he has a box pressed in.
You probably say pecan and we say pecan. So
no, it's a damn pecan. A pecan is what you use on the boat so you don't disturb the fish.
Exactly.
Okay, Corey Davis with a great question. Why wasn't Gurkha in the top 10 list? Because
that's actually the bottom 10 list. We have a bottom 10 list.
I'm sure Gurkha made the top 10 list of people that's been smoking cigars for 1 month because they got labels.
In all fairness, now wait a second. There was a Gurkha, and Okie, help me out. I can't remember who blended it. Was it their Nicaragua?
Correct. It is now Gurkha since they fired the jackass that was in charge. They have partnered up with Aganorsa Leaf. So Aganorsa is doing the blending of all of their new releases. They're using their tobacco. Yep. The Gurkha Nicaragua was a damn good smoke.
It was a great smoke. Honest to God, no bullshit.
No, it's good. And I'll be the first to say, I still love the Gurkha War Pig. If I see them for a couple of dollars somewhere, I grab a handful of them. I like that one. So, I mean, but I'm not going to pay over $10 for it. I mean, give it $5 range, $6 range, I'm going to grab it. So,
Yep.
All right, and Pete finished it up with it's a coupon, people, not coupon.
Yep. I just do it because it pisses people off because I hate people in front of me at the grocery store breaking out the book of coupons.
It's like the ones getting lottery tickets when you're in a hurry at the gas station and they're filling out each number and bubbling it. I'm like,
Oh,
quick
yeah.
pick, at least quick pick. You've been
Yeah,
picking the same
please.
numbers 30 years and you ain't won. Fucking quick pick already.
Yeah, which speaking of, I got my quick picks down here in the bucket waiting on that next draw on the Mega Millions.
There
so
you go. There you go.
I might not know any of you guys tomorrow.
You don't know half of us now. It's okay.
Money will change me, I guarantee it.
All right, guys, let's go. It's slideshow time.
Okay.
Number 10 cigar of the year. Any guesses? Who wants to say the 10th?
Do not know.
All right.
I just want to be surprised. This is kind of like, whenever your wife starts handing the kid Christmas presents, he opens them up and gets surprised, but you're the one that's even more surprised.
All right.
It's like when your wife walks in the room and say, "You want some tonight?" I mean, it happens once every 10 years. You want to be surprised, damn it, when they ask for it. So, all right, here we go. Number 10 of the year. There you go.
Go.
Interesting.
Bingo.
Yep.
So
I think this one is interesting just because it came out so late in the year. This was a TPE release that finally got released. It trickled very slow out into the market, and it was one of those that everybody that saw it out there gobbled it up fast. And I think there's just some issues with it being restocked. I smoked this one the first time. I lit it up at kickoff on a Thursday night football game, and I was putting the cigar down with 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. This is an extremely long smoking cigar. Pretty much everything from Dunbarton is a very, very slow burning cigar. That one is no exception. I'd put it up against the Digger for overall length of burn, but still a damn good cigar.
So being out such late in the year and actually making our 10 list, do you think the Saka name kind of helped just get it up there for the few diehards to get enough votes in to get it in here? Because I haven't tried it. I mean, I can honestly say this is one of 2 cigars in our top 10 I've not tried. I wasn't going around hunting for it. Bob says it's better than a 10.
I would agree with that. It's definitely better than a 10. I had a hard time finding it. The only place I really got to find it was recently at the festival.
So you feel a top 5, not necessarily a bottom 10.
Yeah.
Okay. What you think, Dave? You're actually smoking it right now.
I'm only a third of the way through it. It's good.
Does it stand up to traditional Saka in your opinion, or is
it's hard to say because there's so many. I mean, like one of them, I think it's on Oki's list actually. The Bewitched that came out this year was a fabulous cigar. The new U-boat. This is good. Don't get me wrong. I want to reserve my opinion until I get down to the end.
Okay.
Not the halfway point. Yeah, the halfway point is where that one really kicks stride. But I mean, hell, you got to smoke it for an hour and a half to get to the halfway point.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's a good cigar though. I mean,
Bob's in chat going hysterical that it's only 10th place, but I mean, that's just the votes out of the other 9 others that were probably smoked more than is all it's going to boil down.
Bob, it's on the list. Come on.
Yeah, it's on the list. Is it smoking full like the card suggests? It says full strength, or is it more of a medium full?
No, this is a full.
Okay, totally. So it's got a good hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rob and Bob says it's more complex than his usual stuff. So,
well, again, I'm only a third of the way through it myself.
Well, Oki smoked a couple. What do you think with Bob's comments, Oki?
I don't disagree with Bob. I think it's a very, very good cigar. The Vitola is what pushes me away. I mean, it's a 7x60. It's a big damn cigar. I prefer the OG Mi Querida more. And then I would just kind of have it battled back and forth between it and the Tricky Traca. It'd be really just mood and time dependent.
I'll tell you what, if it's a 7x60 like you're saying, and it's that down, it takes a lot to make a 7x60 a good cigar to smoke.
And he did
this a 60.
Yeah,
he looks more like a 56, maybe 50. Yeah, 56.
Well,
Dave
would know girth. I mean, he would know his girth more. So
okay.
We see. Bob. See, Dion's saying it's a 760. Oh no, he's wondering. Vitola's over the top.
Nope, I'm sorry. Just looked it up. It is a 7 1/4 by 54.
Okay, by 54. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
there you go.
I was giving it more girth and less length.
Well, don't we always? All right, so that is number 10, guys. Saka Khan, like I said, chat. Which one of you guys have had it in chat? I know Bob, of course, has had it. I've seen Pete say he hasn't had it. I have not had it. Pratsy says, and I'll put his comment on, I'll display it. There's better in the Saka line, is what he's saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do
I would
you
agree
feel
with
about that? Corey Davis has not found it. So a lot of the guys are like me. They haven't come across it yet. Rich says it's a good stick.
Yep. Chris Hoffman said he burned through an entire box.
Holy shit.
Damn, dude.
Yep.
In one sitting.
Wow. Yeah, one sitting.
Yeah. He was up for 39 hours.
While binge watching Schitt's Creek. Okay. All
Right.
right.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10, Saka Khan, guys. Now we're going to go on to number 9 in the list. There you go, guys.
Okay.
Anybody shocked that it's that far?
Again, I'm going to go with the fact that it wasn't out until what, August?
Are you shocked
Yeah,
it
it was
even
late.
made the top 10 list?
I think he's had
No.
better stuff, to be honest with you.
You know what I think the thing with the 13th anniversary in? I think sitting and resting in your humidor. So I smoked them when they first come out. I was like, nah, I still like the 12th better. I like the 10th overall. But when I smoked one last week of the 13th, I was like, okay, we're getting there. So I figure another 4 or 5 months, I get another one out. It's going to be good. Corey Davis enjoyed it. Trashy liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dirty Bird, are you not hunting the Saka or are you not hunting the Room 101? Which one are you not hunting? George hasn't smoked it. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to agree with Chris. I mean, I think the 10th was the best.
That's where I'm at too. The 10th
yeah.
there.
Yeah. I mean, that right there was his OG Camacho flavors.
Yes.
So that's probably why I liked it better than some of the rest of it. The 11th was a great cigar. I hated the Vitola.
Jeff
then
Todd's
whenever
not
he
going to
came-
search for the Saka, and I feel the same way, brother.
Yep. The 12th was probably the rock star after that. It was such a good cigar.
Yeah.
The 13th reminds me a lot of it. I'm waiting again, like you said, put it in the humidor for a little bit, let it get a little bit more age on it. Then I'm going to smoke the 12th and the 13th back to back just to kind of see how they compare.
Interesting comment from Dion here. He's burnt with Maduros, all of them. So what are you gravitating towards now, Dion? I'm on a Sumatra kick. A lot of the guys know it now. I've kind of shifted and start buying a lot of things with Sumatra to try that out. But, yeah, Oki raised his hands. You feel the same, Oki? You're over Maduros right now?
I am over the fact that everybody is slapping the Maduro name on everything that, you have to dig deeper and find out really what it is. Is it a San Andreas? Is it the Oscuro wrapper? Is it, an Ecuadorian Habano Maduro? I mean, what is it? And there's a lot of them that just keep throwing that shade around to it that not necessarily are putting out great cigars with it. They're just throwing Maduro on it because they know that there's so many people out there that are going to smoke it. So there's a lot of the Maduros that they're coming out with in lines that I prefer something else in that line.
So aren't they all Maduro undisclosed blend now? Is that what they're doing?
Well, a lot of them, yes.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Bob, I agree with you 100%, buddy. Big Paymax Sumatra is a great smoke. And very, very cheap.
Yep. Corey is smoking glass top Cubans.
All right, so I'm going to go back and say, let's see.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to remember if we have any repeats on this list that were on one of the top 5s last week, but we'll go on to number 8 right now, and it'll pop in a minute. I'll recognize it. All right, number 8. Here you go. The Knuckle Sandwich Habano. I've not had the Habano, so you guys chime in. The number 8.
Shit. Number 8, I think that should have been a little bit higher.
That should have been in the top 5, I think.
Yeah.
So do you think the Habano smokes better than the Maduro? I haven't had it to compare. I've heard some guys straight up say the Habano's better, and I've had guys say the Maduro is the way to go.
My humble opinion, and opinions are like assholes, everybody's got one, but yeah, that one smokes better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely have that in my 5.
George, I think the reason it's not in the top 5 is not enough people have grabbed the Habano. Everybody's gravitating to the Maduro. Like Oki said, everybody goes to Maduro.
No, you were right. It's Maduro.
Yeah, Maduro. Corey Davis says it's a number 2 or 3 for him easily this year.
I agree.
I agree 100%.
I will not debate. I think the Habano should have been a lot higher because to me, the Habano from them rivals some of the better Habanos in the Espinosa lineup. That price being a little bit prohibitive for some of it, but I think it leapfrogs like their 601 Red as far as a Habano, and I love that cigar. I think it battles really well with the 601 La Bamba line. And I, again, those are some of my favorite cigars. I mean, I have boxes of 601 Habanos, but, just because of the price point and stuff like that on this Habano, it's not going to be an everyday smoke for me. But again, I think this one right here should have been way higher whenever I saw the top 10. I think this one should have been a top 3 on that list without
Definitely
any problem. And I would have not argued if it was number 1.
Well, I think it comes down to what we talked about in the pre-show, people not getting out of their comfort zone. A lot of people just aren't going to go out there and try a Habano. Once they find something they like, they stick to it and they don't want to branch out.
Yep.
So I intend to buy the Habano. I intend to buy the Chef Special because I want to try them all. But like I said, the only one I've had is the Maduro. So my opinion, I can't give you one on it. But it's Espinosa, so I know it's going to be a good smoke regardless.
Right.
And Bob is 601 Habano for the win.
Yep.
So that's
okay.
So what we had, 10 was Saka Khan, 9 Room 101, 13th Espinosa. So we've shared 3 cigars, and 2 of the 3 have been boutique already. So we're traditionally on track to support the boutique brand.
Okay, so which one are you calling not boutique?
Yeah, I thought they were all kind of boutique.
I would think Saka puts more numbers out to be boutique, huh?
I think he's still boutique. I mean, if you're going to say Roma Craft, Espinosa, I mean, if you're going to say those guys are boutique, Saka still falls in the same lineup.
He does.
See, and I was thinking Saka put more out than those guys. I mean, because it always seems like Saka's got something coming out, or they're always. Normally you can find them. Mm-hmm. But hey, if we're going to say it's boutique, that looks even better for us because we definitely are boutique supporters.
Yeah, so. I think Steve is adamantly a boutique brand.
Okay, well, we're good then, man. I just, with a name like him and being in the business so long, I just figured he was putting out way more numbers to be considered boutique anymore.
Yep.
Pete, that Chef Special is freaking fire for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Everybody, that Black Friday wiped everybody out online. I wasn't able to get one, so I'm mad.
Yeah, I just ordered some today, actually.
Okay, well, you're going to DM me where you found them at, and I'll have them waiting after vacation.
I knew a guy, and he got me a super deal, so.
Yeah, I think Bob has asked the question, what's the number for
I think it is 100,000, ain't it?
I had heard if you're going to consider Roma Craft kind of the benchmark, Roma Craft puts out somewhere just over 1 million cigars a year.
So, 1 million cigars a year?
Yes. Yep.
So if they stay under the 1 million mark, they're going to be considered a boutique.
Well, and I think everybody's kind of flirting with that anymore. So I mean, I think it's something around 1 million. I think Roma put out like 1.2 with all of their
all these boutique companies, you would think they're putting out more than 1 million every 2 months. They got a fucking special edition coming out.
Yes, very, very dependent. So
yeah. So I guess the term is loosely now. Before long, boutiques won't be boutiques no more, but we'll still say they're a boutique brand because that's how they started. Everybody's going to be over the 1 million production mark easily.
If you're going to stay in the business, yep.
Okay, Brandon Marsh confirms 1 million is considered boutique.
Okay.
So thank you for that, Brandon. Glad you're still in here on your layover. Let's hit number 7, guys. And this was a top 5 last year. So I was interested in this because this hit top 5 last year, if I remember right. Or what year was it on the list? It was definitely on the list.
There was the regular street taco was on the top 10 last year.
Okay, so it's been hovering around our top 10 then.
Yep.
And I can say this has been a great cigar. I've had it in 2 different sizes, and I've liked it both times. So I got no problem with this being a top 10 cigar. I don't know how many of you guys have actually tried it.
I actually have not smoked that one.
George, it was voted on as just the street taco, so I guess the regular one. everybody was just typing in street tacos. So,
yep. And, I did smoke the street taco. I had a 5 of it. The Sumatra was a little bit sweeter than what I normally smoke. I liked it with coffee. I thought it was an excellent coffee cigar. The one that I really liked was the Barbacoa. I thought the Barbacoa was phenomenal. I thought that one just had a little bit more punch than what the regular street taco did. Don't get me wrong, street taco is still a good cigar. I got done with that 5. If I get it again, like in a cigar of the month or something like that, damn right I'm going to smoke it. But it's not one that I'm chasing.
So I think Bob just gave us the best definition for a boutique brand. When you can walk into any shop and get it, it's not boutique. I agree 100% with it.
True.
Yep.
And since I have no shops.
Yeah, and George brought up the Sumatra is the Barbacoa. Yeah, there's something else different about that makes it just a little bit more peppery, a little bit more leathery that I kind of liked a little bit more on it. And I don't know if it was a Vitola change or he changed a couple of leaves or what he did with that one, but
everybody's praising that cigar right now in the chat.
Yep. Yeah, okay. That one for me was the cigar. I will buy the Barbacoa again. I will smoke the regular again if I happen to come across it.
Very nice. That's number 7. So far, this has been the only one that's kind of flirted in our top 10 twice. So it's still evidently out there and people are smoking it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, number 6. There you go. There's another one that was actually in our top 5 last year, right?
Wow.
Viva was number 3 in our countdown last year. So the 500 Club hit number 3 last year. It's still in our top 10. So we do have the Viva back again. And this is a box press. Okie, tell us what you love about a box press.
Oh, yeah. I so much love a box press just because they burn so perfect. And I never, ever run out of fluid in my lighter having to keep up with a box press.
Now, the El Pupo, though, was a box press.
El Pupo is a box press, and you're in love with it.
Yes, and there are some box press cigars out there that are done really, really, really well. But, the Club 500 for me was a good cigar. I know why Billy and Gus put this one out. There was a lot of folks out there that kind of, jumped in with them from day one that were members of the 500 Club. And they, and they did this one as kind of their thank you. I smoked one of the original Vivas the other day and was reminded how good just the OG was and the Atlantic. Yeah. And both of those are just phenomenal. I mean, I get why people are smoking the 500. It's a good cigar.
Yeah.
And, I'm just wondering if it's just the availability that they keep it or, if they haven't tried the Atlantic yet. So I will stress that, you need to go out and find that Atlantic. That is, if they've got some left in stock, it's the only place you can get it, of course. If they have some of that in stock, go smoke that one because it is the closest to the OG that they have put out since.
That wasn't my number 6.
No,
probably not even in your top 10, huh?
No, it wasn't actually.
No.
I mean, it's one I keep around. I still smoke one.
No, I look at it. I like Oki. I did a top 10, and actually, Danny too. I did a top 10, and I chose cigars that were just from 2022.
Yeah,
and that was mine as well. I did a just from 2022 as well, but that was not a stipulation for this top 10.
Right.
That's
the one we like smoking the most this year right now because getting 300 people to follow directions, you guys know how easy that is.
Yes, Corey, that was the one that, I did get
green pepper.
A fajita style green pepper on it.
Green pepper and chocolate. It's a chocolate bar. It's like smoking chocolate bar. There you go. All right, so that was, we will go back one more time, guys. I will give you a top 10. I will do 10 through 6 real quick for you again. If I can see with my paper, we had the SakaCon at 10. Room 101 13th anniversary was 9. Espinosa Knuckle Sandwich Habano was 8. The Street Taco was 7. In the room, the Viva La Vida Club 500 is the 6. So now we are breaking into our top 5. This is where hopefully a lot of guys will say, yeah, that should be there, or be like, no, you guys were on crack when you voted for that. But good thing is I don't submit a vote, so I didn't do none of this. I can honestly say I don't submit a vote. So number 5 on the list. Here we go. And there you go. I think that was one from last year too. That was in the top 5.
Well,
That was our number 1 last year, so it has fallen to number 5.
No, that was number 1 last year. You are correct.
Yep, and
I'm okay with that. The 12th anniversary is a good second best to the 10th, in my opinion. So the 12th still holds up when I smoke it now.
Yeah, I bought 4 boxes of the 12th.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I mean,
Davis, I cannot agree with you there, man. I do not think the 13th is better than the 12th. I've smoked several of the 13th, and they're not hitting the same. I would buy more boxes of the 10th in a heartbeat. The 12th, I'm stocked up pretty good on. The 13th, I don't know, man. Maybe with rest. George is like me and Okie. We agree the 10th is the best of the anniversary one so far.
Well, there's one that he put up that wasn't readily available, and that was the Club Humidor 25th.
Yes, I didn't get that
one. That if it was more readily available, that one should be on the list. That's on my list at least.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they did a Connecticut cigar for Joe at Club Humidor, and that's what he requested. And he wanted a Connecticut cigar because that's basically what his grandpa and his dad smoked. That started up the shops and everything, or the shop owner. And, that's what they wanted. And Booth went and did that at AJ's factory. And it is probably one of the best Connecticut's that I've had from Matt. I would say it's the best Connecticut I've had from Matt. So
a lot of people are agreeing with us on the 10th being the best of the normal production anniversary sticks from 101.
Yeah.
But the 10th, I don't know, man. It's just something about that 10th. It just it hits home every time.
I mean, it was like all of his Camacho stuff. I mean, you're wearing the Johnny Tobacconaut shirt right now, but like the Johnny Tobacconaut, the Chief Cool Arrow, you go back to the Daruma line, you go back to the Fugo Bayou line. Right. Yeah, I mean, all of that.
Yep.
Yeah, all of those just had a certain flavor to them, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, and I'm going to make Bob just absolutely explode. He probably already has his pants off, though. Is the Honduran blends that he was doing whenever he was at Camacho were probably some of the sticks that really got me into smoking cigars. And that 10th was a good callback to all of those original smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Daruma is one that I don't think could ever be duplicated. I started the pre tonight with the Daruma Papachulo. And I know he's going to put Daruma back out again, but man, it's got to fucking live up to a lot to even match what the Daruma was.
Yep, you see, Bob just yelled Honduran as he reached his peak. So we know that we're done for the night.
Yes, Grazie, I'm with you on that. 25th is better. I agree.
Yeah, and I didn't have. So you say the 25th is even better than the 10th, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good cigar if you haven't had it. The 25th is on there. Now we're going to go way down a rabbit hole. I like the 25th, and I like the Black Star. Help me, Okie.
The War Witch.
Oh, the War Witch.
Well, yeah.
So those two are kind of like where I would place. Well, even the Yellowstone, as a matter of fact, for big.
That's the type of Connecticut you like.
Yeah, if you're going Connecticut's, I mean, those are just like bam. I mean, the spice, the profile. Yeah, I mean.
So if it definitely stands up with the War Witch, it's a great cigar because the War Witch blew my mind. I didn't think a Connecticut could be what the War Witch was.
Right.
Yes.
Definitely. It's always good because I'm not a big Connecticut guy anyway, but when I get one like that, man, it definitely opens your eyes.
Yeah, Bob. I'm thinking your palate's tainted with the prune juice or something. Whenever
it's all them wood. It's all them wood chips from his shop. It's got to be, man. It's
All right.
He ranks on the 10th, the 25th, and then the 12th. So
I'll sit with him on that.
Okay.
I can't argue with that.
Very nice. All right, we're moving on, guys. Slow rolling to
number 4.
Number 4. Yeah, I think Joe still has some 25ths in, guys. He did order a lot.
Yes.
Just never got around to ordering them.
Yeah.
But I may have to after this. Yes, so it's confirmed several times in chat right now. Joe, Club Humidor still has the 25th anniversary in.
Yep. Yeah, it's in the top 5 on my spicy Connecticut's list.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't even realize it was Connecticut when it's blended. But yeah, man, that's definitely going to be one to try now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, yeah, okay. People smoke it. It might be in the top 10 one day, right? All right, number 4. Here you go. And I can't say nothing about this because I didn't buy none of these, and I'm not a Drew Estate guy anymore since the first 2 months I smoked cigars.
Never smoked it. Never.
Yeah, here it is, guys. So anybody of this 4 had the Liga 10.
Yep. And this is one of 2 of the big brands that is on this list. So spoiler alert.
Yep.
And evidently only 10 people has had it. So Corey Davis with a thumb down.
Yep. Move on to number 3.
Kratzy. I want to see if anybody that voted for this cigar is in the chat right now.
I know. Just messing.
I want to know what we're missing to have Drew Estate in the top 5.
Well, and while everybody is talking on all of that, Willie Herrera was one of my favorite blenders whenever he was doing all of his stuff through his family's factory there at El Teton. I think he did a lot of great cigars. There were a lot of releases that we were able to find through Pravada Cigar Club. There's a plug for him. But there was a lot of El Teton stuff that we were able to get our hands on that Willie did, and Willie was. He's a fantastic blender, and the stuff that he has done with Drew Estate is just not as good as the stuff that he did whenever he was doing his own thing.
Yep.
So I don't know really kind of what's going on in the Drew world. So they got Willie, but they lost Nick Melillo and Steve Saka. So that's what set the Liga line apart was, the fact that Saka and Melillo did it. And then, they both left. They started doing their thing, started kicking the shit out of Drew Estates. So then they grabbed Willie, and I get it. Willie, go where the money's at, my friend. But, please go back to El Teton and do some more shit on the side.
So my opinion on this matter is, okay, Drew Estate Liga 10th anniversary come out. 4 people in the world bought them. Nobody else could find them. There was hype everywhere for it. Hype. Few more people bought it. 10 people smoked it and voted for this somehow, probably, and it got in here. But I don't know.
I would say the only thing Drew Estate does really good is the marketing.
Marketing.
Their marketing is great. But so is Gurkha. Their marketing is great too.
Right.
Yeah. There's a couple of them on there. So from Drew Estates, I do like the Undercrown Sun Grown. Yeah, that's an okay every once in a while smoke. I like the Undercrown Shady.
Shady's good.
I liked the L40 or the Dirty Rat, but I haven't smoked one of those in like 3 years. So I have no idea how my palate has shifted if I would still like it or not. I'm just not.
Yeah.
To me, they smoke like a freight train, and there's no flavor to the smoke.
And I'll tell you this, the only Drew Estate you'll ever find in my house is normally one of the Fat Bottom Betties or the Leather Rose. I keep them around because there's people that come over and never had a cigar. They may want one. It's a good first smoke for somebody. Every now and then I may have one out by the fire pit just to change things up. That's the only ones I get.
And that's Deadwood Tobacco. They did all their own thing, and they're distributed through Drew Estate. So, I think you got to kind of pull them back and not really consider them Drew Estate.
Right.
I think you need to swap 4 in the knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, I think we definitely the Habano. But like I said, before this started, Final Round had over 90 votes, and there were enough people voted for this damn cigar to be top 4 out of the others. And it could be because nobody has had the boutiques that were in here, and they just voted with the only one they knew or had before.
Right.
But it was enough. I don't get it, guys.
Thank you, George.
This is my oh fuck moment of this top 10. Like, how'd you even creep in here? But hey, it did. The votes are there. I don't hide nothing. I don't change it. You guys voted for it. So
yeah, no, I hear you.
That's what it is. So we're moving on, and we're going to forget this moment ever happened in time, and we're going to go to number 3 because the next 3 are damn good cigars, and chat's going to be happy over the next 3. Yep. So,
hey, Dirty Bird, do me a favor, shoot me a DM, and I'll get you hooked up with Joe at Club Humidor.
Yep.
It's the Club Humidor 25th anniversary stick, Jeff, is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, Rich, that could be it. That's the Barn Smoker followers. So, yeah,
probably. It. Yeah.
All right, so number 3, here we go, guys. Number 3 is the Espinosa 10-year anniversary. Damn good stick. Damn good stick.
Number
Definitely
three?
Definitely a top 3 cigar. I mean, at least
Number
it ain't
three?
At least it ain't number 8. I mean, wow.
Yeah, this one right here is the outrage. This one right here was all the Colts fans today. I mean, this is the kind of outrage that we've got going on right now. This was a phenomenal cigar.
I can't wait to see what 2 and 1 are, because that 10th was so freaking good. I ordered another box today because it was so good.
Yeah, and I think this one gets bit as well, as because
don't go nowhere, George.
So
it gets
late.
Better.
Yeah, I this one came out so late that I don't think a lot of people got their hands on it.
True.
So I'm thinking that this one right here was one of those that there just wasn't enough votes because there wasn't enough people that have had it.
Well, and that's the thing. I think a lot of this countdown right now, you got huge Espinosa following in the barrel burners, but you still have a big core group of our guys that are the casual, big name smokers that still haven't tried a Espinosa or wasn't going to go out and hunt for this. So they're voted for what they're smoking and what they like, and there was not enough people to pull this to number 1.
Oh,
It's definitely one of the best cigars on this countdown for sure.
Yeah, that's the one that I came across recently, so I'm like excited to light that one up tonight.
Yeah. It's a great cigar, and it's good having Espinosa in the countdown again. I mean, that's 2 for them already tonight. I mean, they had Habano and they had this, so 2 of the top 10 have already been Espinosa. So, Pete, you ain't had it, because you only smoke one brand. Stay up cigar behind is what Corey says. I agree, Corey. I'm gonna highlight your quote because that's it. Pete's on cigar bin. But Espinosa, definitely glad it did get higher than top 5 or over top 5. It deserves a top 3, if not a number 1 cigar.
Yeah, that is.
So we got 2 cigars left. I mean, at this point, when you guess one, you're gonna know. So what? Just before I do the slide, what do y'all think the number 2 cigar is?
I don't know.
I'm going to say it's going to be the other knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, the other knuckle sandwich. All right, here we go. Number 2 cigar of the year, guys. The AJ New World Dorado hit number 2.
Okay.
And if you have not had this cigar yet, shame on you. This is a great cigar.
That is a damn fine cigar.
It now. This is a great.
It is a good cigar. Yeah. I think I would swap 2 and 3 though, personally.
I probably would too. I really the Espinosa 10 is that damn good.
And as a matter of fact, on my top 10, that 10th is number 2.
Yeah. Everybody's agreeing with the AJ. Nobody's knocking it in chat. Everybody's in agreement.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely a top 3 cigar. I seen something online where one of the you guys seen these other countdowns, like the Cigar Aficionado. They voted a Cuban their number 1 cigar this year. It's
which is a good cigar, by the way.
but isn't it? It's an old cigar. They just did a new size. Is that what they did?
Pretty much.
So they spent millions advertising the new size, and they got number 1. So this is actually voted on by the people smoking it. So we will talk back. Now we'll just go number 1, and we'll just have a smorgasbord of comments, and we'll talk about the next cigar because it is definitely deserving. But I don't think nobody will say it shouldn't be a top cigar because it's that damn good. Number 1 cigar of the year, and their 3rd in our top 10, Espinosa Knuckle Sandwich Maduro is the number 1 cigar voted on by the Barrel Burners this year. Espinosa fanboys, light up the chat. I know you're happy.
I would switch the Habano with the Maduro.
And the Maduro.
See, I can't say that. I haven't had the Habano, but a few people have DM'd me and said they like the Habano way better than the Maduro. But I think it's that comfort zone again of people gravitating to the Maduro and not trying the Habano side of it.
And again, I've heard a lot about the Chef Special and have not had that one yet. I've got some coming, so I've heard that's even better. So
all right. I'm not going to say that I'm mad. I'm just going to say that I'm disappointed. Is it a good cigar? Yes. It is a very good cigar.
It's a great cigar.
It's a little on the sweeter side. Mm-hmm. I smoke these with coffee. This is not usually an evening cigar for me. Personally, I think the Habano is leaps and bounds better. I think that, they have better Maduros that are in their lineup, but that's just my palate. But can I get the fact that a lot of people smoke this one over and over and over again? Absolutely. This is one of those repeat cigars that I've had it in both the Corona and the Robusto. Yep. Very, very good cigar. Number one, we can have that conversation. I do prefer the Habano just a little bit better.
I agree with George. As I've already stated.
And I'm guilty of it too. They came out. I'm in my cart. I'm like, I know it's box worthy, so I bought a box of the Maduro, and I was like, I'll wait a Habano. I'll go back and get it. I know I want the Maduro, and I just never went back and got the Habano. So it's like one of the things I chose. I had it. I know it's a damn good stick. Can't wait for the chef special now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was guilty of that too.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people that go into their shops and stuff like that. The Maduro is still sitting on the shelf. And the Habano is gone.
Yes, Gabe.
So to me, that kind of tells you, either they underproduce a Habano or people know.
Right. Could be either way.
If you know, you know.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to, for anybody just popping in, because we just had a few more people come in, I'm going to reset the slideshow. We're just going to we're just going to do a quick countdown again and go over them, and I'll let you guys read them out if you would like. One of you guys can take the point here, and we'll start with number 10.
Saka Khan.
Number 10 was Saka Khan. Number 9.
Yeah, 13th. Yeah.
Number 8 was the Habano knuckle sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And out of these, I'd have put the Habano in the top 5.
Yes.
Yep. Then that's the consensus of the chat. But like I said, whoever voted definitely had more. I haven't smoked the Espinosa. So number 6 was the Club 500. It's been hanging around our countdowns. The 12th anniversary hit at number 5. Yeah, we ain't even going to go there.
You don't care about 4.
3. Number 2 again was the New World Dorado from AJ.
Fuck the Habano. What?
Yeah, Espinosa Maduro is our number 1, guys.
Okay. Well, y'all have voted for the number 1. You should smoke that 10th. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I would probably agree, man. I would flip
that
Espinosa 10th. I would do. All right, and that's what we're going to do, like we always do. So I'm just going to shake up the top 5. We're not going to go through top 10 again, but in my opinion, the Espinosa 10th anniversary should have been number 1.
Okay.
I would have did the Knuckle Sandwich Maduro number 2 only because I have not had the Habano. Then I would have did the AJ Dorado. Then I would have did the 12th anniversary, and by default, Drew Estate gets the 5th because I ain't had it. I'm not going to have it. That would have been how I shook up the top 5 if voting, but I didn't even vote in any round of this. So, a lot of Espinosa love in the chat. So, Oki, how would you have shook up the top 5?
Espinosa 10 would have been my number 1. I have smoked several of those. They're absolutely fantastic cigars. Again, I just don't think that it's been out there enough for people to really get their hands on them and try them. So definitely go out and get that Espinosa 10. The number 2 would be the AJ Dorado. I'm smoking it for the first time. This is probably one of the best AJ banded cigars that, he kept this one for himself. This will be a box buy. It's an absolutely fantastic cigar. I completely and totally enjoy it. I'm going to go ahead and say the Drew Estate would be number 546.
Yep.
And then the other 2, I would probably put the 12th anniversary above the Maduro just because there are so many Maduros. I love the Murcielago. I love the Espinosa 601 Blue. I love the 601 Green. Some of their other releases that they've had out there. I love those more than I do the Knuckle Sandwich Maduro. It's kind of my number 4 of those that I've had this year.
All right, Dave, I'll get yours in just a second, but I do want to touch on something.
Sure.
Somebody in the chat a while ago, I called that they said, I can't believe a I can't believe a Big Sky cigar isn't in the top 10. And this is what I'm going to say about the Big Sky right now. I think still a lot of people are sleeping on them. Number 2, I think some of their best cigars they put out later this year were very hard to get. They had a supply issue. They had a whole distribution issue. So what I smoked tonight was 2 cigars. I know you're going to see on the top 10 list last night. I started with the El Pupo, which they're going to be coming out springtime. You guys are going to smoke it, realize how good it is. But the new Big Sky Cryptid, guys, when you find this thing online, do not sleep on it. This will be in our countdown next year. I guarantee you this and the El Pupo are going to be there. Supply got them this year, but if they were out where you could find them more readily, this would have been there. Earlier rounds, there were some Big Sky in the countdown. They just got edged out by the time it got to the top 10 vote.
Right.
So I'm telling you, do not sleep on this cigar when you got a chance. Oki, you got anything to say about this cigar I'm smoking?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got lots to say about it, but if we do our personal top 10s here in a minute, I'll let you know.
All right, got you. All right, Dave, switch up your top 5 for us, brother.
I'm actually in lockstep with Oki. I mean, number 1, definitely that Espinosa 10th that's fire. I mean, to use a Frank quote, it's fire. That's my number 1 on the list of these. Followed by we're moving, but yeah, no, I'm with Oki on these.
So we're unanimous already. 3 of us have said the Espinosa 10th should have been number 1. And now we're moving on to the Godfather of Tampa. What you got for your number 1 of this top 5?
I switch it up a little bit. I'm going to go with the AJ as the number 1.
Okay.
Number 2.
Nick will be proud. I can't wait to tell Nick tomorrow.
I'm going with the Espinosa 10-year as the number 2. I haven't smoked it yet, but I'm just going off of the hype, and I respect Oki's taste in cigars. We shared kind of the same palate, so
true.
I'm hoping not to be disappointed. I'm sure I will not. I think the Espinosa 10 is my number 2. Number 3, I have the Knuckle Sandwich Habano. I think that's just a fantastic cigar. Love it. It's complex. Number 4, I give it to the other Knuckle Sandwich, the Maduro.
Okay.
And then number 5, I had the Sakakan. It's at number 5 just because of the size of the cigar. It's a lot of cigar, and
it is.
And quite honestly, I just don't have the patience to sit there for a long cigar.
So I know Oki, he's got a lot to say. Dave, I know you did a true top 10 2022 list. So why don't you go ahead and hit on your list real quick and let us see what you
We'll
see if Chad agrees with your palate or not.
Mine's a little weird, but I have 2 big box. So my number 10 is the Davidoff 2022 LE. Fabulous cigar. That's a great blend of the Yamasa, the Nicaragua. It's a good cigar. Why the Plasencia 149 Coseca is not in our top 10, I don't understand. That 149 is such a great cigar. I think Oki will agree with me. Actually, I know that Danny will.
Yeah.
An oddball, as number 8, the La Serena Sea Sprite. That was a smoke-in monthly that really surprised me. I really like that cigar. Again, the Room 101 Club Humidor 25th is my 7.
Wow.
The Warped La Nicotina. Again, I'm kind of shocked that wasn't in our list anywhere. That is just a fabulous cigar if anybody hasn't had that one yet.
Yep.
One that will shock a few people except for Danny, the J.C. Newman El Baton, the new one, is my number 5.
Holy shit.
Or number 6, excuse me. No, that's number 5.
Do you live on the same planet as us? I haven't smoked any of these, so I'm slacking.
That's a good cigar. And it's a cheap cigar, considering.
Yes.
Again, one that I was shocked that was not in the list. The Foundation Olmec Claro. Holy Christ. Great cigar, people. Oh, my God. Another one, the Tatuaje Avion Tuxtla. Hello, people. Holy Christ. That's another great cigar. The Espinosa 10th. And then, of course, now this one I splurged on. It was my birthday. I don't care what people say. The Davidoff Royal Release, fucking fabulous cigar. If you ever get a chance, do it.
Man, that was a hell of a list. You're all over the place.
Yeah, but they're all 2022s as well.
I know. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, Danny. I don't know if you put together any kind of list, or what would you say was your favorite cigar?
I got 5 or 6 cigars that kind of stood out to me. Dave hit it on the nose. Sad day for everyone. That Royal Release was freaking a phenomenal cigar. That was probably one of the best, if not the best cigar I've had, period.
Mhm.
The Tatuaje Tuxla is my number 2. That is just tasty. Like, I want to chew on that stick every time I've had it.
The Avion side, the Avion.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Olmec, the Claro, is just. I had that the other day. Was it the other day, Okie, with you? I mean, that was just like a damn good freaking smoke. Like, holy shit! I think I might have peed my pants just thinking about it.
Was it pee, Danny?
Maybe it was a little warm. I have the Dorado up there. It's just a great. That's another stick. It's an AJ stick. I mean, no pun intended. Whatever he touches is gold. The 149, freaking tasty stick. I mean, and it's not freaking expensive by any means. I mean, that's a stick that's readily available. And if you haven't had that 149, that's freaking fabulous. And El Baton is from J.C. Newman. I mean, everyone knocks J.C. Newman with the brick houses and all that shit, but that reblend is just killer. Cheap cigar, everyday smoke. I mean, I had it and I wanted more. Like,
I was shocked at how good that actually really was.
Escape, you're right. I think it is age.
So the J.C. Newman would be your top?
No, that's his 5 or 6.
That's my 6. I didn't go 7, 8, 9 because it kind of gets blurry at that point.
Right.
But if you have to, the knuckle sandwich Habano. I mean, there's so many good sticks out there from this year alone that you just got to go out there and try them. I mean,
Absolutely.
You definitely got to put your toe in the water and check it out.
Very nice. All right, Okie, the floor is yours for your essay.
It's not really an essay, but I limited myself to just what came out in 2022. I wanted to.
Oh, man down.
Yep. I wanted to make it a true 2022 releases. So I had a change because this is the first time that I'm smoking the Dorado, so it moved up. But the cigar that got knocked out of my top 10 was the Adventura Barbaroja's Invasion. I was really surprised of how much I really liked Adventura's stuff this year. I'm not usually a big Dominican smoker, but those guys have done a fantastic job with whatever they've touched. I mean, I've smoked pretty much their entire lineup, but that particular cigar was probably one of my favorites that I've had this year. Definitely my top, pure Dominican. So the number 10, the Plasencia Coseco 149, I did that one in the Robusto size. That is an amazing cigar. Their first dance with a Nicaraguan Puro. I really like Plasencia's lineup. I think it's just probably one of their best cigars that they've put out without getting into the Alma line.
Right.
Number 9 was the re-release of the Killer Bee Connecticut from Black Label Trading. I loved that cigar whenever it came out a few years ago. Whenever he said that one was coming back out, I was damned excited. Love that cigar. Very, very spicy Connecticut, which is the side that I prefer rather than the creamier, old style Connecticut's. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Number 8 was the Crowned Heads Las Calaveras 2022. Their first Nicaraguan Puro that they did, that I think was probably my favorite of the Crowned Heads. That was a new release. I do love the La Carême, but that one comes out every year. So I left that one off the list just for that reason. Then at number 7, I'm going to go with the AJ Dorado. I think this is a fantastic cigar. I will be buying boxes of this. I think it should have been higher, but again, I think because it came out so late in the year and folks didn't get their hands on it right away, I think that's probably why they fell off the Burners top 10 list a little bit, and it wasn't, the number one cigar. Because I couldn't have argued with it being a number one, but for me, it's a number two. Then let's see, the La Galera 85th anniversary was my number 6. I love Hoshi Blanco's stuff. I mean, there's nobody out there that does Piloto Cubano better. He's got some amazing stuff that's out there. That 85th, I had it in the natural. I'm looking forward to trying it in the Maduro just to see what he can do with that one. But yeah, again, great smoke. Number 5, the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, the Bewitched. In the Moester de Saca line, I have loved pretty much every cigar that's come out in that one, but the Bewitched was just something special. It was done as a shop exclusive for a shop out east. The guy said, "What the hell are you not doing putting this one out in the world? You have got to put this one out in the world." So he did that, and it was by far my favorite Dunbarton readily available cigar that I smoked. Number 4, the Big Sky Cryptid. I realized that one right there was a cigar that not a lot of people got their hands on. I was fortunate enough to get some of the ones right after TPE, and I got 2 of them, and I smoked them both back to back. They're just that good. It's a 5x60. It spooked me at first, but then, Brandon said, you really got to try it. I smoked it. It is by far one of the most chocolatey cigars out there on the market. So if you're looking for a chocolate forward cigar, it is definitely the Big Sky Cryptid. Number 3 was the Espinosa Knuckle Sandwich Chef Special. I have gone back and forth between that one and the Habano being my favorite. The Chef Special gets a little bit of an edge because the Habano will punch you in the face. But the Chef Special is an experience. It's a cigar that is so well blended that the flavor transitions are amazing in that cigar. I ended up nubbing the damn thing. I ended up, shoving my check tool through it to nub it. Was basically smelling mustache hair by the end of it. Absolutely amazing cigar. My number 2, agreeing with Danny and Dave, was the Foundation Olmec Puro, or the Olmec Claro. That cigar for me is the cigar that I've been waiting for Nick Melillo to put out. That by far is the best in his entire lineup. I will put it above the original Tabernacle. I will put it above the Weissman. I will put it above the High Claire. This cigar in the Claro is amazing. The Maduro is very, very good, but the Claro was just the absolute best thing that he's put out so far. And my number 1, I'm just getting into this brand a little bit more, the Tatuaje Avion 13 Tuxtla. That cigar took me on a ride this year. Granted, all the rest of the Tuxtla sizes, the T110, and I forget what the other one was, they were very, very good cigars. That Avion, that Perfecto of that one was was absolutely phenomenal. I will buy boxes upon boxes upon boxes of that one just because of how good it was. So out of the stuff that has been on the market in 2022, that is my personal top 10 list. There were a few, honorable mentions out there. Dave mentioned the 25th from Club Humidor. That one was up there. The HVC Black Friday 2022, they put a little bit of a twist on it, so it was different. Another phenomenal cigar. Cavalier Chenev, Periotego Timeless, Los Stados Deluxe. The matte blend of Los Stados is really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. They just didn't quite make the top 10 list.
So, gun to your head, you got to answer Peter's question, Okie.
Which one? I didn't see it.
It's on the screen.
Which is better, El Pupil or Cryptid? Oh,
okay. Oh my. So hang on. Is Brandon still on here?
No, Brandon's on a flight right now.
Okay. So I think that there's enough of a parity between the two of them that the Cryptid is what you are going to get. It's an absolute smoking monster. It is a very, very chocolate forward cigar. There's some espresso note to it. There's a very, very dark smoking woods flavor to it. Excellent cigar. El Pulpo. Wait until next year until I can talk about it. The El Pulpo pre-release that was out there in that Robusto size, I'm disappointed that Billy and Gus are not going to make that El Pulpo Robusto a regular release. I'm interested to see what the other Vitolas can do alongside of it. The El Pulpo is going to be one of those that when it drops, you will buy boxes of it. It is just that good. I mean, I think it's right above the OG that we were buying in 2019 as far as the Viva La Vida goes. I mean, I think it's just that much better. So between the two of them, it's going to be mood dependent.
It's definitely the closest to the OG Viva we've got since the release.
More complex, though.
Yes,
yes. Yep, by far.
And I just want you to know, Oki is talking highly on a box press because the El Pulpo is a box press.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Hey, and so was the Tuxla, so was the
that's
Dorado.
right.
Yeah.
The Lagler 85th was.
So they're slowly changing his mind about box presses.
No. They just make box presses that burn.
Peter, El Pulpo, we're hoping springtime, man. There's been setback after setback, but that thing was supposed to come out this year. But I commend Billy and Gus. They're not going to put out a half-finished product. They want it to be perfect. But I promise you guys, it is worth the wait. If it comes out anything what the pre-release was, you're going to be stocking up on boxes. I promise you.
Yeah,
I definitely promise you. And for me right now, two of the and I didn't do a list, but the two cigars we're talking about right now blew me away coming into the year, and that's my top two favorite cigars I like smoking right now. I'm not even gonna lie. The El Pulpo and this Cryptic, I bought a box, and I've got two left after this one. I mean, this thing smokes like a train. It hits you hard. I absolutely love this. And if this is a sign of things to come for Big Sky with their Cryptic series, their monsters and stuff, I cannot wait to see what else they do.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be one you have to get. Now, earlier in the year, Crown Heads put out a few special releases that I like. They put out the Crema line, but they put it in a little torpedo version instead of the flat box press.
Yeah, the LE.
Yeah, the LE. I loved it. The Los Calaveras I love this year. Not as much as the 2021 still. I like the 2021. But yeah, I'm telling you, El Pulpo, Cryptid, put it on your must-have list. I'm not hyping it up because I know the guys. I'm telling you, it's a damn good cigar. If you guys trusted our faith when we told you the original Viva line was good, I'm telling you, these two cigars will be on the top 10 list next year because they hopefully will be out. The Cryptid's going to be out for sure. They're slowly getting restocked back in the stores, so you're going to be able to get it quickly. The El Pulpo, if it can come out in springtime and you got the whole year to smoke it, I promise you it's going to be in this countdown.
Yep.
There's not a doubt in my mind. All right, chat, all you guys still in here, your number one cigar of the year, put it in the chat right now. Let's see what you think. Viagra and the filler. I mean, I still smoke Room 101, but I smoke a lot of different brands. I'm not like Heinz 57. I don't stick to one brand. I smoke them all. I guarantee you, I have a little bit of all.
And not for nothing, but 7 of the top 10 cigars that were voted in were made in a AJ factory.
Yep.
Yes.
George, on that comment, they smoked it and they just wasn't happy with it, so they delayed it to get it better. So they hopefully for spring. Agar Norsa for Prattseed, the short Churchill anniversary.
I see Espinosa 10th in there a couple
Yeah, there's a
times.
lot of Espinosa tints. There's a knuckle sandwich Habano popping up. There's another Habano. So consensus with the chat is saying Habano, but yet Maduro got more votes.
Which is strange. But again, I think like Oki pointed out, people are like, oh, Habano.
Yeah, they're scared to try the Habano, and they bought the Maduro because it's safe. It's what they're used to.
Right.
Yeah, Habano's killing the chat right now. Anybody that's saying knuckle sandwich saying it should have been the Habano, and it was what, number 8 on our list?
Well, and truthfully, I think all of the knuckle sandwiches should have been somewhere in the top 5.
Espinosa realistically could have filled up our top 5.
I mean, shit.
Yeah, Espinosa could have single-handedly filled up the top 5. I mean,
Yeah, and again, I've still got the knuckle sandwich in both the Robusto and the Corona in there for the Habano, and I'm going to have to restock those, but I'm probably going to buy boxes of the Chef Special first.
Yeah,
For me, if you have not had it yet, and God, that is just an absolutely amazing cigar. I mean, the complexity of it is just stellar.
Yeah, I'm tracking down the shelf special. As soon as I get off from vacation, that's my first order. Big Country said he got a box of the Cryptid and loved them.
Yes.
Jeremy, here you go. Jeremy, like the Tatawahe.
Yeah, that Avion. Oh,
yeah. There was something special about that Avion. I mean, granted, I love the T110. I mean, I liked it because that's the same size. The ME came out in and everything else. It's just, I believe they're 552s. It's just a great Vitola, but man, I think that Avion was where it was at. I mean, you get past that Perfecto and it hits that wider spot on that shoulder and the flavors just really open up. And it's just a dance with all of those flavors the rest of the way through the cigar. Again, one of the ones that I nubbed and was smelling mustache hair by the end of
it. That's how I felt about the El Baton. Again, it's a J.C. Newman. People kind of go, blah, J.C. Newman. That cigar, if you can find the new El Baton, not the one with the cursive writing, one with the block writing, the new one.
Right.
That's a great cigar, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
George, I know it's a limited release, but I missed them because I was being a tightwad. Now I got to find them.
Yes. Yes.
Jason being a tightwad.
I will have to trade some of my overflow stock for a few shelf specials, but I will do it. Damn it.
You know what, Jason? You could skip a haircut and get that freaking chef special.
I've been saving money with haircut. I mean,
wow.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot. One boutique. If you only smoke one brand right now, what boutique would you go to? If you could only pick one for the rest of the day and you bought just from their line, who would be your boutique company?
Ooh. Who would be the boutique? Ugh.
Right now, I would say Espinosa.
100% Espinosa.
Yeah.
Espinosa.
Because the portfolio is so broad on Espinosa, you get a little bit of everything. I mean, you can hit the 601 series, you can hit Alpha.
For those that were part of the elite from last year, and I know George is on there, that Wasabi Barber Pole. Holy God! I wish that thing was a production cigar. Speaking of something that's only out there, my goodness.
Pratt, I'll trade you for sure, but I'm on vacation for a week, so you have to hold on to them for me. So yeah, Espinosa. I mean, that's a great. I think I asked this question last year, and a couple of the guys in the chat said Espinosa as well, just because of the broad spectrum of what you could smoke.
Totally.
Yep.
Is
that what you're going with, Danny? So we got Danny and Dave. What about you, Oki? Are you Espinosa as well?
Yeah, I Espinosa.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to roll off like 4 here, because 5. I'll go with 5 because I can't make up my mind. Espinosa's going to be there. I 100% agree with that. Their portfolio is just absolutely broad, so you will find a cigar in there that you want to smoke. Aganorsa is another one. They've got such a broad profile, and they do so many cigars out there that you really don't know about. That they're out there. Their tobacco is in everything. After that, I'm probably going to go Black Label Trading. I'm
glad you said that. Let me pause you there because I have a comment on the screen that Pratsy is saying he's shocked no Black Label Trading is in the top 10. And, I don't think we've ever had a Black Label. And that leads me to my second question. What are you guys smoking regularly from Black Label? Because the only thing I gravitate towards yearly is the Bishop blend now. So what is there out there that we're missing, that people are missing, that should propel these people to the top 10? Because they do make great sticks, but they're getting no love.
That's true.
So the stuff that's in the same Vitola, like the Killer Bee, is you're going to have the regular Killer Bee, the Killer Bee Connecticut, then you're going to have the Green Hornet. You can find the Cato out there. Find those. Those are all phenomenal. You're going to go with the Morphine. You're going to go with the Bishop's Blend. Both of those are fantastic cigars. And then if you want to go to their core line, the Porcelain is by far one of the best Connecticut's out there. The Last Rites is phenomenal. The Santa Muerte is a very, very good cigar. So definitely get out there and find Black Label Trading stuff. If you want to go to the Blackworks studio, you got the SNR. There's so much. The Hyena came out earlier this year.
Hyena was good.
That was
Hyena's-
another.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another fantastic one. I mean, you got to get out there and try Black Label stuff. They just do such a great job out there in Ovea Negra. James Brown is just doing absolutely great stuff. Go to Fox Cigar and get the Araposa Negra. That is a shop special from Fox Cigar. That's an amazing cigar.
That's a great stick.
I want to say it's $90 for a bundle of 10. Absolutely worth the $9. They should be $15 cigar. They just came out with a Connecticut that I got to try. So definitely anything that James Brown is touching. I mean, I think he's got one of those Uber pallets that he's got to be able to go out there and just continue to put out fire.
And I find their event-only sticks to be amazing, man. I normally buy them by the box and never tried them before. They never let me down when it's event-only.
Yeah. The other ones are going to be Big Sky, just because I think their River series is such a great base for everything that you can do. And now they've got the Cryptid, they've got El Profesor, and the one that you really can't sleep on is the Mad Minnow. The Mad Minnow is amazing. It's a very, very short Perfecto. It's a 30 to 45-minute smoke that I swear to God there's Ligero in there, and they insist that there is no Ligero in that cigar. It is absolutely an ass kicker. It is very, very good. And then probably Tatuaje. I'm getting way more into Tatuaje this year. Their standard core release stuff is phenomenal. I love the Black Crack. That's amazing with his Surrogates line. He's doing a great job.
Surrogates,
he's got that.
I'm a sucker for the Halloween ones, man. I get the Halloween ones every year.
The pumpkin.
The pumpkin.
The pumpkin.
And I'm gonna touch on George's comment here. George, the Crema Con Chocolate was in the second round of voting. Enough people voted for it the first go around. But I think the problem is not a lot of people had it or had access to it, so it didn't get no further than the second round. But it was in there to start with. It did get enough write-in votes to move to the second round. Another company I want to touch on that don't seem to ever make our countdowns, and it's Roma Craft, man. What's going on with people not smoking Roma Craft? We never get them in the countdown.
And I think the big thing about it is Roma Craft just kind of does what they do. They're always sitting out there. Killer Bee Shaolin. Forgot about that one, Rich.
Oh, yeah.
That was another great stick from Black Label. But I just don't think that there's enough love for Roma just because it's the same. You can always get Roma. And, I mean,
not the Fomorian.
Not the Fomorian, of course. Which, shut up, Dave. It's like Scape said, shh. There's more for us. But, the Black Irish is probably one of my favorite Barber Pulse cigars out there. So the Black Irish is flat out amazing. But I smoke a lot of the Neanderthal. I smoke a lot of the Cro-Magnon. I smoke a lot of the Aquitaine. I smoke a lot of the Baca. And I think Baca was probably their last big release. And I think, it was just one of those that kind of got missed in kind of the whole mix. And yes, George, I don't agree. I do agree with the fact that, he's a very strong personality. I'm a bigger fan of Mike, or Michael. But, Roma is one of those that they're always there. And they're kind of the anti-boutique now.
So who are we missing out every year on this top 10? We don't get no Black Label love. We don't get no Roma Craft love. What other big boutiques?
Not a lot of Crowned Heads.
I know. I'm disappointed in that because I smoke right now. For the past 2 years, I've smoked probably more Crowned Heads than anything. And
the La Carême is always a good smoke.
Dude, with coffee, that should be everybody's coffee stick.
What heads are you smoking?
Crowned Heads.
Yeah, they never get love. I don't even think we had a single write-in that started this competition for Crowned Heads this year.
And the Mill
Dapper. Dapper. Thank you, George.
Dapper's another one. Yeah.
The Mill, going back to Crowned Heads, the Mill Diaz is one that everybody's got to go try.
That is a good
Diaz.
You do the special edition that came out this year too. It was good.
I did.
Sinistro don't get any love, and I still like their stuff. I think that's because they're on the smaller spectrum, and a lot of people don't branch out. I think it constantly comes back to people not getting out of the comfort zone.
This is the whole point we're making. You know, get out there and try those boutique brands, because those are the ones that are like, holy shit, they're focusing more.
There you go, Jeremy. Viaje. Viaje doesn't get love. Like 10 of us in the damn club smoke Viaje.
The Viaje, absolutely. You know.
Oh, and I'm going to throw another one out just because, and it's going to be Black Star Line.
Oh, yes.
That War Witch.
We had,
War Witch.
now, I think it was either 2 years or 3 years ago, he was in the top 10, but never again.
Yep.
We had the War Witch in one of the top 10s when it first dropped.
Yeah.
Viaje's getting love in chat, but I mean, there's 10 of us that smoke it, and people, you guys, you've got to branch out. I mean, we're not lying to you. You're getting a better price on your cigars unless it's a limited release. Like if you're going after Viaje limited release, you're going to pay big bucks.
Absolutely.
But it's worth it. But normally, traditionally, the core lines of these boutique companies, man, I can't stress enough.
Yeah, I mean, that goes with like my top 10 for this year's cigars. Is like from 7 on, like there's so many damn cigars out there that are boutique, that are freaking it really becomes hard to like put one over the other, because they're all, you know, and someone hit it on the head before. It's like everyone's got a different palate,
but there's something for everybody's palate in their line.
Exactly, and it depends what kind of mood you're in and what you want to reach in your humidor and grab and smoke, and what you're going to pair it with. And there's just so much out there. I mean, you definitely have to stray away from those traditional cigars.
Yeah, if you're a cigar smoker that only smokes 2 brands and 3 different cigars total, man, please try something different. Play Russian roulette at your damn cigar lounge. Walk in there with your eyes closed, spin around, grab a couple of things you never smoked before.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the market. I see George and Scape talking about that. I picked up a couple. I need to smoke that sucker.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm a sucker for I like the zombie series every year. I'm not big on the peppers. Some of the peppers have let me down. The 10 gauge were pretty good if you want a good stout cigar. But
the super shots.
Yeah, the super shots, the birthday K. I mean, I got a whole drawer that's Viaje. I mean, you're missing
Daisy
out.
cutter.
The Daisy cutter. Hey, I got a bundle 2 years old, still sitting unbroken.
Yeah. That was on my top. That was on my top 15 list. Was the Viaje, the Skull and Bones Cloud Maker from this year. It was their biggest one that they released, and it had absolutely amazing flavor to it.
Yeah.
So
I got the Daisy cutter and the Red Skull and Bones both still bundled.
Blackbird. I think Blackbird is the same cigar from one bird to the other. I mean,
see, the Raven, the red label, the Crow, the red label, and the purple Raven, the Unkind. I like both of those.
Okay.
The Harafen was a pretty good cigar.
Yeah.
Again, you know, I mean, he's 100% Dominican.
The Fast Daddy was good.
Yeah, I mean, they're either absolute fire from Dominican stuff, or
Medic, you win tonight, bro. That's a great cigar too. You win.
Yes.
Well, and Rich is right. That War Witch will sneak up on your ass and kick it.
Oh my God! So I smoked that one.
The new blend Lancero is.
Well, you like getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, Rich, that's a great cigar from Amendola, and that's a AJ if I remember right? The Padrino was AJ Fernandez and Amendola.
I'm
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the Padrino was AJ.
You might, maybe.
Yep. Yeah, Jeeps and Cigars says the Viaje Holiday Blend. That was very, very good. The Skull and Bones were good.
But the Vince was top 10 last year, Pratsy said. So we did give Blackbird some love last year.
That's true. We did.
Yeah. He's not putting nothing out no different. It's the same. Everybody smoked it. They're waiting on something new.
Yeah, the Viaje Holiday stuff.
In here.
Yeah, the Viaje stuff from the holiday, you know, they re-released the turkey. The turkey was good again this year. I haven't smoked the zombie. I haven't smoked the zombie Mrs. Hatchet yet, but I did smoke the zombie Farmer Bill and the zombie Farmhand Andre from last year.
Farmhand Andre was excellent.
Yeah, I passed on this year's. I still had last year's left.
Oh shit!
So AJ Padrino is AJ Padrino through Espinosa. So I was right. It is AJ blend.
So at the bottom line, I mean, you know, Danny and I were at the Cigar Heritage Festival this year, get out there and try the little brands. I mean, we tried the West Tampa cigar, that Attic.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a full release yet.
No.
Damn, that is a great cigar. Try the little brands. Try those mom and pops, man. Jesus, they're just so many good ones.
And that's kind of
focus.
And that's where I'm circling back to Adventura. Is they're slowly becoming my favorite Dominican brand. They just put out such great stuff. They surprised the shit out of me this year because I'm like, all right, yet another Dominican cigar. There's so many of them out, and then smoking those. I mean, they don't smoke like Dominican crafted cigars. I mean, as far as tobaccos go, they're just really damn good cigars. So I would say that's probably my biggest surprise of 2022 was the Adventura line. And they kind of came out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, I know they were at Great Smoke this year, and then they're at TPE, and everybody's starting to carry those finally. And they're the ones that are just kind of really starting to blow up. And, God bless them. I hope they find another factory to get rolling again since theirs caught fire.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they do just so many cigars out of there that you really don't even know about that they kind of got their hand in. But, yeah, get out there and try the Adventura line.
And Pete the Stallone, you're right. But that's another one of those that people probably weren't able to get a hold of.
Well, I think the Stallone or Stallion, or how they say it, I think it's still one of those that's so small people don't want to try it. But literally, I can get them here in my town at our whiskey shop in the little small walk-in humidor. So they're here in my state, so they should be anywhere by now.
Well, shit. Drunk Chicken Cigars.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever tried, I mean, wow.
So is there any brand that you guys would like to see more love in the top 10 next year as far as boutiques? I mean, I know we just mentioned it, but out of Crown Heads, Roma, who all that deserves to be in the top 10 more than any of the ones that are left out? I mean, who would you say you would like to see? Me personally would like to see Crown Heads hit our top 10 at least one time before I die.
Yeah.
Because what John Huber's doing, I mean, he's not getting no love. I mean, Crown Heads, man.
Yeah, they're good stuff. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there, that I've smoked more of this year. Hiram and Solomon is another one that I haven't smoked as many of, but they put out great cigars. I absolutely love those. And then Desert Rose, Rosa Sharon.
Oh yeah, Jacob Platter, all that.
Yep.
See, and I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that too, because 2 years ago I probably was smoking tons of Hiram Solomon, the Master Mason and all that, and then I just quit buying them. There was so much other new shit I wanted, I never went back to them, but they were always great when I had them.
Come on, somebody in the chat help me with the ones that does a Southern Draw.
Southern Draw.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, there were other people talking and shit, and my brain was running 90 miles an hour. Shut up, Dave.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of other brands that are out there that, just kind of do their thing. And, they're out there and they're putting out great cigars. And, I mean, is it because they're just not somebody's daily that they didn't hit the top 10 list? I mean, is that what the deal is? And for next year, I would be, it's like, all right, well, let's limit it to one per company.
There you go.
We had 3 Espinosas on here this year. We had 2 Room 101s on here. Well, if you had to pick one of the Espinosas or one of the Room 101s, which is it?
You know what? I'm switching my top 5 pick, my number 1 and 2, because I just lit the Espinosa 10.
All right.
And that Espinosa 10 is the number 1. AJ is the number 2.
Wait, say that again, Danny. Wait.
AJ's number 2, and the Espinosa 10 is number 1 now.
So you smoked 20 minutes of the 10th, and you already know it should.
Yeah, I'm sold hook, line, and sinker.
Isn't that thing is freaking?
I even wet the lips right before lighting that cigar up, and I needed to cleanse the palate. And
yeah, if anybody hasn't bought that 10th anniversary yet, now I'm going to throw this out there for the guys in chat. And I know Okie. I think Okie's had both. Okay, Espinosa 10 years or the Lazona 10 years? I hear most people saying just the Espinosa, don't worry about the Lazona. So I want to hear chat's comments because we got the Espinosa fanboys still in here. And Okie, I'm gonna let you start, then we'll go to Dave. He's had both.
Well,
fair enough.
Mine's gonna be very, very simple. I have not smoked the Lazona 10 because I trust enough of these guys that are out here in the chats to say the Lazona 10 needs a little time. So I have those. They're sitting inside of my drying humidor right now, the one that I keep at like 65%. I'm going to let those sit there, kind of do their thing and finish up, and then I'm going to try it. Do I have any doubts that it's going to be a good cigar? No, not a single doubt in my mind. But it's going to be very tough to live up to that Espinosa 10.
Well, yeah, there's a big difference between good and great. Good, you can smoke, it's good. But if you got both in your humidor, is good going to get smoked before great? No.
Well, yeah, and which one am I going to buy fibers of, and which one am I going to buy boxes of?
Correct. The term we coined is box worthy. Is it box worthy?
Yes.
George, I know you're still in here, brother. Lazona 10 or Espinosa 10? Come on, Espinosa guys, where you at?
Jorge. Oh, I already know his vote. He and I have talked at length about that.
I have 10. Too. That's why I want him to put it out there for the world.
That 10th, Jesus, the Espinosa 10th. Holy God.
Yeah, I still see the Espinosa 10 lingering around. Any countdown's done. I'm the same way. That should have beat Knuckle Sandwich all day long.
You drop something.
Tie your hair back so it doesn't drape on the floor.
Yeah. All the Espinosa boys must have went to sleep. They got what they wanted. They seen the number one. They went to bed. So they have early bedtimes. Oh, that's another one, Medic. Okay, let me post your comment.
Yeah, that's
the great Espinosa, man.
Yeah, that's why I had such a hard time with
the Batman.
With the Knuckle Sandwich Maduro is because I have smoked so much of the Murcielago. I have boxes of it. I have boxes of the 601 Maduro. I have boxes of the 601 Oscuro. And that's why it was so difficult for me to take that Knuckle Sandwich Maduro and push it that far up, is because I think those cigars are still better than that Knuckle Sandwich Maduro.
George says Espinosa 10 hands down better than the Lazona 10.
100%.
I knew
George.
that, but I wanted him to say that in here so we could kind of touch on that, because George is one of those ones. It's kind of like Okie. I can DM them and say, hey, which one of these did you like the best? Because I trust their palates. I know they're not going to steer me wrong, so I always reach out to George. I've reached out to Okie numerous times, like, hey, which one, if I'm going to buy one, which one should it be? Dave, you're in here tonight because you're one I trust, too, with the palate. You've smoked enough variety. If anybody's seen your damn top 10 list this year, half of us ain't heard of half of them, but we see you definitely try different things out there. So, yeah.
Yeah, that Rubito is, yeah.
Yeah,
I hate to say this, but again, the Room 101, the 25th for Club Humidor, George, they just came out with a 601-13. You may want to reach out to them because I'm going after Christmas to buy a box of those.
Oh, wow.
Of the Rubitos.
Hey, Dave, is this another box split, or are you keeping it all to yourself?
Fuck you. It's all mine.
Okay. All right. Yep, I got to reach out to my mule then, because unfortunately they don't ship to Montana. So
if you want, we can do a box split if you want, but I'm going to order I want to order the Rubitos because that size is such a great size.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift it a little bit. Let's look into the future, guys.
Okay.
What are you most excited for, Chad? I want you guys to chime in too. What are you most excited for 2023 that is coming out cigar wise, and it could be a pre-release right now that you're ready to grab more of? What are you most excited for, Danny? Let's start with you.
Oh, Poople.
There you go, Dave.
Same.
El Pupo.
Yep, definitely excited for that one. I'm really interested to see what Pete Johnson's got up his sleeve from Tatuaje, because I'm really falling in love with Tatuaje's brand. I know the guys from Big Sky were just in the Dominican Republic, so they're actually going to add Dominican to their portfolio. I'm interested to see what they're going to do as far as that goes. James Brown, I am always interested to see what is coming out of Black Label, because he does the re-releases of so many cigars that he does just a little tweak to. Again, Las Calaveras, I have not liked the prior 2 years for the Las Calaveras line. I am very interested to see, after he did his first Nicaraguan Puro this year, I'm very interested to see what he's going to do with the John Huber, that is, with his Crowned Heads line. That's going to be a big one. Placencia really set a bar high for me with that Coseca 149, the 149th harvest. I didn't like the 146. The 149 came in straight fire. I want to see what they're going to do next year for the next Coseca release. That's going to be huge. Espinosa's throwing fire right now. I'm really interested to see what it is that they're going to do. Member of the Elite. I want to know what they're going to do for Elite 2023.
That new Elite box is fire, man.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of those brands out there that we've really become accustomed to seeing and doing what they're doing, and then we got to go back to Matt at Room 101. But I'm going to go with underneath all of the STG umbrella there. I want to know what Matt's going to do. He's supposed to bring back out the Daruma. Yes. He's supposed to be doing talking about doing some different flips on the farce line and the payback line. I'm interested to see where that's going to go. And what he's going to do, especially since he's helping handle some of their other stuff, the Los Stados, where they went more toward the car culture with the banding and everything else. I want to know what they're going to do with that one next. So I mean, there's a lot of these guys out there that have established themselves as good cigar makers, and now it's really time to uncork and see what it is that they're going to do.
Very
George,
nice.
I sent you a picture.
Peter's interested in seeing what Southern Draw is going to do. I'm real excited to see, like Okie said, I want to see what Big Sky is going to do. I know I've talked to Brandon on the side, and they're going to expand this monster series, I guess you can call it, with all these creatures and myths that are around the world. So I can't wait to see that, of course.
Yep.
Billy and Gus, man, definitely cannot wait for all you guys to be able to get your hands on that one. And the Crown Heads, too, man. Me being Crown Heads, Room 101, I know what he's got coming down the pipeline. I don't know if I'm more scared or if I'm more excited, because I knew how good the originals were of some of the ones he's going to finally put back out. And things are going to taste different. The tobacco's different. The region's different. There's just so many things.
Yeah, hi, Rod. Yes, Rabito.
Yeah. Good thing we got her in here to help us.
And El Pulpo.
El Pulpo.
Yes, the octopus.
Yes.
The puss. And this is what George's comment was. I don't know if I cleared it too fast, but he's looking for the 601 orange.
Yep. Yeah, getting that one back out there is going to be big for those guys.
And who's ready for meetups again, man? Y'all ready to get back out in the world and hang out? This is the 5th anniversary for Barrel Burner, so we're going to be celebrating all damn year. I'm putting on a spring get up. We're going to have a fall for sure. That's big. Hopefully we can get some big summer ones going, but I hope we bounce around. I hope we see all you again in person and we get back to the roots.
Mm-hmm.
COVID is not shutting us down any longer. It is meetup time. It is smoke some cigars time.
Yep.
It's time to do it.
Get back to who we are.
So let's see. Danny, did you say who you were looking forward to in 2023? I can't remember.
Negative Ghost Rider. But that orange, I'm definitely looking forward to.
Yeah.
The 601 orange?
The 601 orange.
Anybody know the blend specifics to that one? I haven't seen anything about it. Do we know anything?
I'm sure Jorge does.
George, give me some rundown on the 601 orange. What are we looking at, brother?
Yep.
Now, right now, I'm a pretty big Espinosa fan. I mean, he's coming.
And if you're missing out on the Elite, I'm not trying to cut you off, but if you do not get the Elite every year, shame on you.
I'll tell you what. The one cigar I wish he would come out with in regular production, and Dave touched on it, is that freaking barber pole from last year.
The Wasabi Especial.
I like the Wasabi one.
With the Especial.
God.
That thing was just amazing.
Yeah.
That thing.
The Especial was probably the cigar that really made me fall in love with Espinosa, and I hated to see it go away. But then, that was my favorite out of last year's box because it was going back to that, and it's like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. The Wasabi one was good for me, but being such a fan of the Especial, with seeing that band laying in a box again, just kind of made my heart pitter patter, and I think I peed myself. So
no, that was sleep apnea.
That comes with
pretty much. Yep.
Ja, I know you're a little late to the party, but what would have been your number one cigar this year that you've enjoyed the most?
Yep. And I do have to thank you, Hira, for putting me more on Tatuaje and pushing
Absolutely.
more Tatuaje. She is a huge fan of Tatuaje. Whenever it comes to their stuff, the Trunfador, a lot of their other stuff that's out there, she says, try this one. And I have not been steered wrong yet. That is probably one of the brands that I need to continue smoking a lot more of, and to keep those guys going. Because now I get, they're just their baseline stuff. I mean, now I'm buying those fresh packs just to have more of them in
The
hand.
Cajoner 2012. Oh,
the 2012.
Oh,
You're welcome, Dave. You're welcome, Dave.
Yeah.
Yes.
That whole line, man. I think I smoked that one my first time in Tampa with Danny. He was like, get this one. I fell in love. I had to come home and buy a box. And they're not a cheap box either. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I definitely got the evil eye from the wife.
Yeah, but that's a damn good stick. I was like, holy shit. All right, that looks about it. Nobody's really got any more comments, man. I thank everybody that came. I thank my 3 co-hosts for joining us. And where did Amendola go? Amendola, Pete, that's a good question. I don't know if it's the lack of anything really going around that wasn't new, or I don't know. I honestly don't know. They're in my rotation. I still smoke them.
I smoked a Maturo yesterday.
Yeah, I just definitely cannoli. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't know. Like I said, you would think the Espinosa guys would kind of voted towards Amendola too when the first round of write-ins started, but Padrino was in the first round. It made the second round, but Espinosa just ran away, man. 3 of the top 10 Espinosa. It's hard to beat somebody on a roll like that.
Yeah. I mean, I
think it's safe to say, and I think it's safe to say with Espinosa, he kind of ventured away from his normal stuff a little bit. And
I think the knuckle sandwich stuff revived him, man. That got
and I think that's what kind of exactly it revived him for sure.
Yeah. And with the knuckle sandwich, I know Guy Fieri was so particular about that one that it was 2 years in the making for that cigar before they finally settled on the 2 blends, and then now the third one with the chef special. I think that one kind of drug its feet between him being that picky about it if he's going to put his name on it and promote it, that he didn't want it to be another one of these Carl Malone or Gary Sheffield or some of the rest of those that came out that just had somebody's name on it. And So
let's branch off of this moment. Celebrity cigars.
Okay.
What is worth smoking and what's not? I honestly like the Carl Malone barrel age.
I like,
be a little biased.
I like the
Carl Malone.
It's a good cigar.
I like the Carl Malone.
Did anybody have the Jeremy Piven cigar this year?
So that one was price prohibitive.
I like
for me.
it.
Yeah.
I love Dion stuff. Illusione is another one that we didn't touch on that needs a hell of a lot more love.
Yes.
The Aganorsa-based Illusione stuff. Dion has, talking with some of the other manufacturers out there, it's like, all right, who has got the most insane palate out there? And the 2 that they agree on are AJ and Dion. And those are the 2 guys that everybody says, if you want something, these guys can smoke a fumas or a cigar, and they can tell you everything about the tobacco that's on the inside of it. So whenever the Piven came out, I was very, very intrigued. But whenever it was dropping $16, $17 a stick, I was just like, I
didn't pay
that one's
much.
tough.
That Epernay 10th, if you can get the Illusione Epernay, that's a great cigar.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had that M81.
So we got a Metallica fan in here. The
haven't had the
M81 Black
M81.
I haven't had yet.
Okay, so I did smoke it. It is a very dark cigar. They accomplished what they were going for, trying to make an absolute dark cigar.
Okay.
For me, I think it missed the mark a little bit on my palate. It was a typical Drew Estate for me that it smoked like a freight train. But it just, the flavors on it were dark, and it was very, very one trick for me.
Okay.
Okay.
And I reached out to you before I bought them, and you were like, you weren't that excited, so I didn't order them. Because, like I said, there's some things I reach out for before I want to invest the money in it. Like I said, if I find them local where I can grab one or two, but I don't want a 5-pack, I don't want a box of them, but I do want to try.
And if you want to try the single right now, 2 Guys Cigars. That's the number 2 guyscigars.com. Mr. Jonathan, you didn't patent that one or copyright it, so I did say it. But they do have singles of the M81 in stock right now. So if you're interested in doing that, they have some of the best prices out there. Being in New Hampshire, very, very low cigar tax. So you're going to be able to get that one at a good price. So if you're interested in trying the M81, they just dropped them like 2 days ago. Hopefully they've still got them. So yeah, give them a shot. I mean, like I said, it's a dark cigar.
Yep.
So who did we miss? We said the Karl Malone, the Jeremy Piven. We said the Metallica. I've had the Ray Lewis before from Rocky Patel. It was not bad. I haven't had the Big Poppy or whatever. What else?
I will not. Celebrity? I hate the Red Sox. I will never smoke a Big Poppy cigar.
So is there any celebrity cigar collab that is just like, oh my God, you got to try it? I would say the Piven for people.
The guy
don't pass up the Piven.
The knuckle sandwich.
Well, but that wasn't on our list. That
wasn't. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So if there's something out there that somebody should be like, because most people are going to pass up a celebrity collab anyway and be like, oh, that's a gimmick. That's bullshit. I'm not trying that.
Before we go too far, though, Yahaira is right. That Cabroncito, that's a great cigar if you have not had it.
Edgar Hoyle is another one of those guys that doesn't get the love that he deserves. I mean, he's got a lot of great cigars out there.
Oh my God, I went and bought a box.
Yes.
That was a great cigar.
Yep. Yeah, I have one of the Big Poppy cigars in there. I'm going to send it to Cigars for Warriors because there's going to be a Boston fan serving overseas.
Me being an old school NBA fan, I know Dominique Wilkins came out with a cigar, but I never found it anywhere. I seen him at the trade show with it. I'm curious to see if anybody tried it.
So if it's a Dominique Wilkins one, it's going to have flashes of greatness, but the last half it's just going to fade.
Unless it's a dunk contest, man. Unless it's a dunk contest. Him and Jordan's dunk contest were the best ever.
Those are epic.
Hey, in that case, if we're going just based upon dunk contest, we got to get a Vince Carter cigar then.
Yeah. Hey, man, Jordan did not have a cigar because
I thought he did.
Jordan come out with a cigar?
Michael Jordan does not have his own cigar. He's quoted several times that he does not want the image of a cigar and kids trying to get the cigar and smoke it because it's a Michael Jordan cigar. So he's too busy smoking his Cubans anyway. He doesn't want it.
Yeah. And his, I mean, you're going to get that damn, the 8-inch by 44, Partagas or whatever it happens to be. That's his cigar.
Yes.
Oh, Ja, good call, Ja, with the Christoph.
Yes.
Yeah, the Christophs are always.
That's another brand that's not on. Yeah, absolutely.
They were in the top 10. The Pistoff, I think, in 19 or 20 was in the top 10 when that one first hit, the Pistoff Christoph. So they did get some love periodically, but
good call in Mana.
To me, you could have took Drew Estate out of this top 10. There's way more deserving boutiques out there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it. I mean, the Liga name is a very popular name. They're readily available. They do amazing marketing.
The marketing is freaking phenomenal. And then,
what happened? You had so many people that voted for our top 3 cigars. It doesn't take many votes to creep up in the top 10 when everybody was so unanimous on the top 3. It doesn't take many votes to creep in there.
Right.
Oh, John Starks has a cigar? I never knew that, Rich. Never knew that.
All right. Yeah, so if John Starks has one, that means Scottie Pippen drug his nuts all over him in the garden.
Listen, John Starks.
No.
You're forgetting the dunk of the year when Starks dunked on the whole Bulls team from the side.
I used to have that poster.
Yes. Sideways over the whole Bulls team.
Yep. Who was it? Pippen and Jordan and Rodman were underneath the freaking.
Yes.
Yep.
They're all just looking. Sideline dunk. Baseline.
Yep. So George, to answer you, it's the San Antonio store. That's
I was just going to say the San Antonio store.
Yeah, you got to go to San Antonio. Yeah, the San Pedro location.
Ford
Who is
Hay.
Babu's RCLC? They know a lot. Who are you?
Babu.
These different names kill me. That's a Louisiana logo. You think I would know them?
Yep.
Not to be
It's a
confused
Babu.
with Bamboo.
Bamboo rum.
Yes, because it was the
okay, Mike. I
cheapest thing.
figured that had to be you. Thank you, man. I kept shaking my head like, who the hell?
Yep,
All right, so that's pretty much it for celebrity cigars, though. It's not really watered down with a lot of collabs then.
Yeah, and I think that that a lot of people are out there doing the Jordan thing. That they're not wanting to put their name on it. I mean, the guys that are putting out cigars are very well known cigar smokers.
Oh, medic! You are correct, man. Caldwell got no love again tonight.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
and Robert,
you know what? Robert came out with that new freaking blend with the Blind Man's Bluff. That is just
okay. I'm gonna stop. Time out, Danny. You only know one Caldwell. What is it?
No.
Anastasia.
No.
Come on, tell the truth now.
Anastasia, the green label. And let me tell you, at the cigar festival, he did not have the green label, and I was very disappointed.
That is Danny. Every year, Danny has stood up and said, Anastasia, green label. Best cigar ever. When we have Robert Caldwell on a herb, all Danny would scream the whole hour or so is green label, Anastasia.
But you know what? He set himself up, and he still never sent me a stick. Because he would say, he would go into these manufacturers and say, I would love this specific stick.
Yeah,
like Mike, 10 times, and then they would give him the stick because he would mention it so many times.
That man mofo is one of a kind, man. I tell you,
the mofo is awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, and Caldwell's big thing right now is still going to be the lost and found, and that's really what he's doing. Is he's going out and doing that, and that's kind of where his bread and butter has been the last umpteen years. His core line is great, whether it be the Blind Man's Bluff, whether it be the King is dead, long live the King. I mean,
I'm gonna throw out another name. I'm gonna throw out another name we haven't even mentioned because he has 50 freaking corners, unlimited corners in his warehouse. Ezra.
I mean,
he's always finding some cigars in the corner of the warehouse.
Gimmick sticks anymore once a month, twice a month. Hey, we found these in a corner.
Yeah, the guy has unlimited corners.
This brand.
Yeah, that is the most, I would hate to be a roofer on that barn.
Dude, I was on that gravy train for a little while. I did the coffee and the cigar of the month club, and then half my cigars come all ripped up like a dog chewed on them, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I swear, back then I was like, these are the same fucking cigars with a different label on them.
They tie a bow on it one year. They tie a freaking.
They put a foot band on it instead of a top band. They do a bow, making it look like a gingerbread cookie.
Yeah. I mean, several years ago, before they ended up buying Nomad, because Nomad was another brand out there that was kind of doing the little, the seasonal releases and stuff like that. I think Ezra was doing some really good stuff here a couple of years ago. The last couple of years, it's kind of been the same stuff, just re-released, or we found this 8-year-old stuff sitting on the side of the barn.
Same stuff.
and it's one of those deals. It's like, all right, so the reason that you had this bale gathering dust is because you couldn't figure out what to do with it, and you're afraid it's going to go bad.
Yeah, but how many times can a company say twice a month they found these tucked back in the humidor and they're going to release them now?
I'm all for somebody setting back a test blend and letting them age and stuff like that. I mean, okay, whatever.
Rich, I don't even know what that is, man. Howard's by Ike Taylor. You got me on that one.
I know Ike is definitely big in freaking.
I know Ike Turner, Ike and Tina. That cigar hit hard.
Yep.
It sure did. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Kevin. Chat to get that. A lot of you youngsters.
Yep. Yeah, I remember whenever Tim Meadows played Ike Turner on Weekend Update.
Okay. George is still scratching his head here, Dave. How do you know about 601 13th anniversary?
Okay, because I follow Joe T. Cigar, who is part of Club. He owns Club Humidor, I think.
So is it going to be his special shop exclusive?
No, he manages the San Antonio location. So the shop owner, there are two shops in South Texas.
Correct.
So Joe T is the one. He's more social media present as far as Club Humidor goes.
Correct.
This is going to be one of those that, as Club Humidor is celebrating their 25th anniversary, Matt Booth was one of the ones that was kind of helped propel them to being more of a boutique shop. Espinosa happens to be one of the other ones that he's very good friends with. So as far as I know, Hector is blending a 25th anniversary 113. I can't remember why that's significant. I think it's their address.
I think I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the address of their original shop. Matt Booth actually did a 113 exclusive a couple of years ago with his white band stuff.
Which was good also, by the way.
Excellent cigar. And then, it's like that Mike is saying there, Joe is at their San Pedro outskirts of San Antonio. That's where Joe is at. That's the main shop that they do their shipping and stuff like that out of. Definitely double check with them, though. There's a lot of states like me in Montana. He can't ship to Montana because of the tax stamp. But definitely check in with them. But yes, Espinosa is coming out with a 601 113 that is going to be dropping as a 25th anniversary celebration for Club Humidor.
Already dropped. He's posting it. Yeah.
Also, fun fact, George, our springtime meetup will 99% be Club Humidor San Antonio.
There you go.
That's where I'm looking at having the springtime and not New Orleans because I don't want to dodge gunmen and bullets. So looks like we'll be San Antonio for spring. You heard it here first, stream. I do not know the exact date yet, Mike. I got to get with Joe and line it out once I come from vacation. That's my first and second week of January is planning out dates and getting a date in the book so everybody can start planning travel time. If you've never been to San Antonio, I love it. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's lots of stuff to do.
It's a nice town.
Yep. San Antonio is nice. You got to go down to the River Mall and ride the gondolas and go to all the shops, and you got the Alamo. San Antonio is real nice. Very family-oriented, too, so if you want to bring your family and send them off to the zoo or whatever while you did a meetup, it's a very nice town for a family.
Yep, go to SeaWorld down there.
Yeah, SeaWorld's real nice in San Antonio. It's a great place to go.
And really quick, George, they still have the 25th Room 101 there as well. And
they do.
They still have the Room 101 113 there.
Yep.
Check them out because I think the 113 is a great cigar too.
We were buying that live at the event over the phone when Matt Booth was there. We were doing phone sales. I got 4 boxes of them.
I got 2 boxes of those.
And hey,
I still got 2 unopened.
If it helps, tell him that Nick Semino sent you.
Yes.
That's what I told George. Is I tell him Nicky Noodles. You know Nicky Noodles.
him and Noodles are BFFs. But Joe's a real nice guy. If you've never got a chance to talk to him, he'll help you out in any way.
Yep. Yeah, Joe's one of the badasses as far as the cigar community goes. Probably one of the best shop owners that I've ever dealt with.
Absolutely.
I like Nickel City, too. Yeah. Nickel City is veteran-owned. I buy a lot of stuff from Nickel City.
Nickel City's good, yeah.
They're real good. They're pretty much all boutique as well.
Yep, Cigar Chapel down in Tampa. And then what's the one over in Oregon?
Cigar
Chapel's in Oregon.
That's right. Cigar Chapel is in Oregon.
Cigar Castle is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, if Cigar Castle would ever get a website, man, my life would be simple because he has some of the best.
Well, you just call him. You just call them and say, hey, I want whatever Room 101 shit you got.
You know, I'm too late. I like ordering shit and I had to talk to nobody. I like getting online, click,
no text.
I don't like calling. I don't want to deal with a tool on the phone, you know.
No, and a tool's a tool.
Yeah.
It really is.
For Cigar
he's
Castle.
Funny though. He's a great guy too. He's funny. So
he's a good guy.
Cigar Castle is definitely my hangout when I go to Tampa. I love it. I think we touched on just about everybody. Who should have been in the list? We know who shouldn't have been in the top 10. We got George all flustered over here because Espinosa's coming out he didn't know about.
Yeah.
He's not in the loop anymore, I guess. I think he left to go DM Espinosa, Eric, and them be like, hey, bro, why don't you tell me this?
Right.
Yep.
But, yeah, man, this was a great stream. I will go back. No, I'm not even going to go back. I will put on the screen our number 1 of the night in case you just come in. That was the Espinosa Maduro, even though the majority of the chat said it should have been the Habano. Small batch is great. I order a lot from small batch, too.
So Habanero and Ybor is
awesome. Yeah, Habanero's good, too.
Yeah, Rick Kendall, that Habanero, their Nero, That's a great cigar. I
I
had
like
that
the other
one
one down there that blends their own
in,
cigars. It's
Boer,
Tampa,
yeah,
what is it?
couple weeks
Tampa
ago.
something. They have their own cigars too with the guy on the label. I like that one too. I always get some of their stuff.
Tool's a tool.
Just said that, Jorge.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
he's
mean, and
supposed to
that's
hook
one
me
of
up
the
with a Worm 101 foo sign. We'll see if it happens.
Yep, and that's one of the things that I love going to the shops because I don't have any shops up here. There's no
Neither do I.
real shops. Due the Montana laws, but I love going to other places and trying everybody's house blends.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the great thing. And I'm envious of Danny down there in Tampa because so many shops down there in Ybor and you're traveling around Cayocho and places like that they have their own house blends that are probably some of the biggest sleeper cigars that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still shocked how many diehard cigar smokers we have with no shops around them. I'm a good hour and a half to 2 hours for a shop. So all of my shit has to be ordered.
Yep.
That's why this club got started, because I wanted people to smoke with, and there was nobody around. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, slowly we're starting to get more shops around here, So, I mean, we've got one up in Helena, Montana. That's a fantastic one up at Rocky Mountain Liquor. They have the biggest humidor in Montana. They're absolutely wonderful. The guys at Big Sky have got Stogies out in Billings. Little bit of Big Sky, which is an LCA shop up in Kalispell. Omerta Cigars up in Great Falls. But again, all of these are, what's his name? Timberline Cigars in Bozeman. Poor Richards in Bozeman. All of these guys are very, very small shops that are just trying to scratch out their lives in the world. So I'm going to give my editorial, and we're 2 hours and 22 minutes into this. Go to your damn brick and mortars.
Yep.
Stop your online buying. Stop your online buying, because you know what? I have to buy online, so I'm not really trying to be, an asshole for saying it.
I don't know about you guys, but every time Oki talks, I hear the freaking music playing in the background, like the Academy Awards. It's like
absolutely.
But also,
yes. But go to your brick and mortar, and if your local brick and mortar sells online, buy from those guys. Stop with the shit. I buy quite a bit from either CI or Atlantic or whatever if they have some of the best deals. I am at the point where I don't have anything around me.
Right.
I can't go to a local shop in order to get this stuff, so I have to buy online. Now, if Fox Cigar or the Chapel or Helios in Las Vegas or my buddy at Little Bit of Big Sky, Bill Randall, hello, I hope you watch us on the replay. If they've got the cigars, I'm going to buy from them, because those are the guys out there that are trying to keep the cigar world going. And that's why I love Billy and Gus, because they're like, we're releasing our cigars to brick and mortars. You got to call the brick and mortar. It's not even going up on the website. That's what I love about some of these places, that, you're able to go out, Cigar Chapel, Cigar Castle, Nickel City, some of the rest of these guys that are out there, that you have to call them, or you got to go on their website. You might pay $2 more a stick, but these are the guys that are out there having shops, and they're having a bunch of us assholes like this that are able to go down and sit down in a shop, that your extra $1 or $2 that you're paying to your brick and mortar help out somebody else to be able to have a place to smoke. I'm jealous. I'm, by God, going to buy from you.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, being a boutique smoker and not having a local shop, that's the biggest nightmare you could be a part of. But there are so many small brick and mortars that have online presence now where you can still support and get the great stuff you're looking to smoke. And we've named tons of them tonight, and majority of the ones we named, there's a coupon code in our chats for those places.
Yep. Yeah, we definitely need a coupon code for Fox Cigar.
Yeah.
And Habanero.
I buy a lot of shit from Robert Fox.
Yep.
Yeah, Fox is. Yeah,
I get Fox. I mean, Nickel, like I said, Nickel City. I get from Joe at Club Humidor from his website.
Yeah,
and your pipe guy, he has a huge pipe selection on his website.
Cigars. Yeah, Cigars Daily, Two Guys Cigars, Twins Pipe Club are all more. Renegade Cigar in just north of Dallas.
Renegade.
Yeah, I mean, all of these guys are out there. They're grinding. They're doing their thing. Go buy from your locals.
I get those damn Renegade texts one a week. Hey, we're having a meetup. I'm like, I live nowhere near you, bro. Quit texting.
Yeah. I wish I could show up for you, buddy.
Yeah.
And Rick, yes, I bought directly from Tabanero, and If you want to try a good
Habanero
local-
La Ferona in
La
Tampa
Ferrona
here.
is another one.
Yeah, Tabanera was the one I was thinking about earlier. I always go in their shop.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's where
I mean,
we usually start our day there when we go
Yep.
to the festival. We have
Absolutely, you get a
coffee and cigar
cafecito and a Nero. Oh, Mhm.
Very nice. All right, guys. I know y'all have lives, so we'll slowly end this now. We did right at 2.5 hours. So, Chad, if you got anything else to say, anything that should have been mentioned, what are you? I mean, we've talked about what you look forward to. I mean, we basically hit on the brands that should have got love that didn't. We went through what our top list should have been. I mean, we all agreed there's a few shouldn't have been in our top 10, but still made their way in there. I think we about touched on everything. So,
Yeah,
I think
I'm down.
And guys, when I ended, if y'all will stay in,
Con is just about gone.
yeah, if y'all will stay in a little while longer after I end it, y'all don't leave me right away, and we will go ahead and end this stream. Everybody have a good night. Look for good things. We're gonna have lots of meetups this year. I got a special 5-year anniversary patch and logo coming up for you guys soon. So we've got a lot of stuff going to bounce out. We're going to celebrate this 5th year in style. We're gonna do some big stuff this year. So everybody, y'all have a good night, and we will see y'all everywhere later in the chats, everywhere, in meetups, everywhere. One more shot for the crowd. Y'all have a good night.
Later.
All right, later, guys.
Later.
Adios.